I'm back. I'm back in my own home. And we're not gonna do Fliptendo. You see this Fliptendo? We're not gonna do it. We're not doing Fliptendo today because I think I just I don't want to use this time to grind Wall Street Kid. I don't think. I think I don't want to use this time to grind Wall Street Kid. Oh. Yeah! Whoa. Whoa, what happened?
Mr_Lazero subscribed. Hi Flip,
Lazero.
welcome back.
Hi Flip, welcome back. I know that name. I know _Lazero. I've heard that name before. That was the name of one of my close stream buddies back in the before times. Back in the before times, I used to know Mr. He's there! Mr. _Lazero! I feel like I haven't seen you in years. Oh, I'm an old man. I've grown an old man beard from my journey. Old man. Oh, Hisashi buddy. Indeed. Oh, Hisashi buddy to you too. It has been a while. I like that there's a Japanese word for it's been a while. And then the classic American joke of that then you sing, it's been a while, like from this song. There's a Japanese word for what to us is what the kids call a meme. It's good to see you, Mr. Here's the thing. All right, we're not doing. I have the Wall Street Kid layout. You know what? This is not what we're playing. So first of all, let me just say this. Let me announce. Let's make sure for historical record on the stream it is recorded. The situation. I've just come back from a 2-week convention period. Here, I'll just go ahead and show you. This is what I'm thinking, and you may be surprised, but in fact, probably you will not be surprised when you see what we're gonna actually do. But we're not doing any of that though. I'm gonna play just the original, I think, because we're not playing anything crazy. Here, wait a second. We're not doing the map. Yeah, we're doing that. Wait. We're not doing Shun. Take that off. Hold on. How do I fix this layout? That's Shun's here. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but should I put Super Famicom? I'll put the correct cover there. I mean, I didn't really plan this or anything. I didn't plan this out. I was just like thinking, I don't really feel like streaming. Well, okay, so I haven't explained the situation, so I'm gonna do that as I fix the layout here. Oh my god. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? Are you shocked? Where's the title on here? Okay, just take that off. Or well, I guess I should just remember when I completed Field 42 in Umihara Kawase Shun? I think it's just the 3 challenge levels I had left. One of these days I'm going to do those, but not today. Here, let me put the explanation in the like on the actual title. All right, there you go. That's a good explanation, right? You see, wait, how do I get, where's the map? How do I get the map off of here? We don't need this map. We don't need that. Let's just adjust this layout here. Let's make an adjustment. Not going to use a map. There, that should be good. All right, there we go. Now we got a layout. So at this point in time, if you're ever coming back and looking at this VOD, here's the situation, which I've been alluding to. I'm going to explain it finally. This is the summer of conventions. I'm in the middle of 7 conventions in a row. Although the 4th one, Otakon, which was the first one I went to in Washington, D.C. So I left last week. Wait, let me think. Like over last weekend, I was at Fan Expo Boston. The weekend before, I was at Washington, D.C. So I left 2 weeks ago. It would have been two weeks ago around I guess probably like Wednesday. I don't know. My last stream would have been like Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't remember exactly. I left to go to Washington, D.C. for Otakon to try to get in. And here's the unfortunate part. I didn't get into Otakon. It would have been so good if I would have got in. I just really wanted to get in. But the situation was, I think I might have mentioned this in the Discord, but it was very competitive. There was a lot of people that had showed up to try to just get tables, and there was only 3 tables. There wasn't that many no-shows. So they raffled them off. There was like 15 people and 3 tables that were raffled off. And I was one of the 15, and I was not one of the lucky ones. I did not get an Otakon table. Too bad. And honestly, it probably would, considering that it was only a raffle for essentially for a table for 2 days. I mean, it would have kind of been worth it, but it probably wouldn't be worth it to go back there and do that again, unless unless I could double up with another con. I think in this case it kind of was worth it because then I could stay on the East Coast. Stay with my buddy. I ended up staying with Stackmaster, as you guys know, because I did 2 streams from Albany, New York, and some of you guys were there for those streams, so you saw that. I streamed. I stayed rather than like come all the way back to Chicago and then go all the way back, because both cons are in the East Coast. It's like Washington D.C. and Boston. They're about 5 hours away from each other. Much better to drive that 5 hours and then kind of hang out over there than to come all the way back and go all the way back again. So that's what I did. I hung out at my friend Sean's house, who is known as, he comes in here as Stackmaster. I hung out at his house for like 4 days or so. And then I went to the Boston Con, Fan Expo Boston, which was, by the way, I should eat some peanut butter toast because this has been sitting in front of me. Have toast. Fan Expo. Then I did Fan Expo Boston, which is the first. It's not a new convention. It's a conversion of what used to be Boston Comic Con. So it's like a more like generalized convention now. I'd never done it, and it was okay. It was pretty good. It wasn't amazing. It was not nearly as good as Otakon would have been if I'd gotten into that. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna pour the rum and coke. I got to drink. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've had my classic beverage, so I figured I have to have this. You know what? There's room for a little bit more rum in here. Let's. Mr. Lee, are you still there? Is anybody here? Nobody's saying anything in the chat. I'm scared. If you're in the chat and you're there, oh, okay, good. Just making sure. I think people forgot that I exist. It's been so long. Well, I mean, I did get to stream last week. I thought I wasn't going to get to stream at all last week. I thought it was going to be 2 weeks without streams, but thanks to my buddy Sean having a streaming setup, I was able to. We were able to like sync up my thing, and I was able to stream. I was thinking like I might stream on his account, but we were able to like hook it up to mine like fairly easily, easier than I expected. So it worked out pretty good, and I did some Super Nintendo. I did some like Switch, Super Nintendo, and like Switch games from there, and it was cool. Oh, I'm happy to hear that, Mr. Leo. Well, there's plenty more I could say. There's some interesting things that happened. I went on 2 dates when I was out there, and I posted some pictures in the Discord. But maybe I'll talk more about that later. Maybe. But and also there was a really good Mexican place right by where Sean lived, and they had really good mole sauce. So there's that. Do what else? I mean, I don't know. You know, as far as like the conventions themselves, I don't really have anything too exciting to say. Like Fan Expo Boston was fine. I got to table right next to Sean, who was also doing that show as well. We were both doing that show, and so you know that was I haven't got to do that before. Peanut butter toast. Anyway. I guess I haven't got to the shocking part yet. Okay, here's the shocking part. I'm in the middle, as I mentioned, I'm in the middle of 7 cons in a row. Although one of the cons was not actually a con, because I didn't get into Otakon. So, in reality, it's 3 cons in a row, then a failed con, but it still counts because I still traveled all the way there, and like I was there trying to get in, and I was basically working. So 3 cons in a row, 1 failed attempt to get into a con, and there's 3 more cons, of which Fan Expo Boston is the first. Matsuri is, or I should say let's say the 5th. Fan Expo Boston was the 5th. Matsuri is going to be the 6th con, and that's this weekend. And here's the shocking part. I did not realize that MatsuriCon is a 4-day show. It's actually Thursday through Sunday, so I thought I was going to get to be home tomorrow, but I'm not. Tomorrow I have to go right back out on the road and drive 14 hours. That's what I've got to do tomorrow. So no time to rest. I got to go right back out, get right back on the road tomorrow. This is the only day I could stream. Also, I didn't mention this, but I had car trouble. I ended up actually getting back home today, this afternoon, because I would have got back yesterday night, but I had car trouble. My car needed brake work, so I had to spend half the day waiting for the brakes to get fixed. Am I up for another long driving session? Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, I right now I do feel kind of fatigued, but I just need to try to get a bunch of rest. Yeah, breaks are important. Anyway, I think it's about time I started playing a video game. And we could play, I mean, we could do Fliptendo, but I just kind of don't really feel, I want to play something relaxing, and that's why we're going to play this. I think it's been a while anyway since I played it on stream, so why not? You know, why not? Why not? Nobody will begrudge me. And I might play, I don't know if I'll play this all night. I don't know. Maybe we'll just play some random Super Nintendo games or something. I don't know. Well, I want to stream, but I definitely shouldn't. You're right that I definitely shouldn't stream too late tonight. I definitely should not stay up late tonight. No doubt about that. Am I gonna do this show for 4 days in a row? Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, normally a con is 3 days in a row. Certain cons are longer. San Diego Comic-Con is 5 days in a row. So I've done. I forget. Did my route go under? I think my route did go under the thing. Yeah. I'm not like really speed running right now. I'm just kind of playing whatever. Yeah. Well, yeah, so it's Thursday through Sunday, so I have to go. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow I gotta try to drive all day. It would be best to get the entire, you know, it's a 16-hour drive. It would be best to get 12 to 14 hours done tomorrow. Like, preferably probably 14 hours. Or even 15 if I can, but 14 would be fine. And then, so the show on Thursday is kind of like a preview day. It's 4 hours. I don't know. Like, honestly, maybe I should just skip it. But I don't know. But I feel like I should try to do it. Honestly. Well, it does. See, the thing is, it turns out I didn't remember. Sorry, I'm kind of got peanut butter in my mouth. Hold on. You know, I didn't remember how, you know, this. I did this show last year, and I didn't remember how it went down. The show, but apparently, I was looking at my notes, and when I went to MatsuriCon last year, I skipped preview day. And I don't remember exactly why, but I vaguely remember that I just wasn't able to. There was something going on where I just could not do it. I don't remember what it was exactly. Like, there was something like, I had some kind of important plans, I think. It wasn't because I just didn't feel like doing it. Like, I just was not able to make it. So I just went for I skipped preview day last year, and I just did the normal 3 days. And the normal 3 day, like Friday through Sunday, and it was still good. But it's not like they call it preview day officially. they're just calling it a 4-day show. And, the days on, like, on the hours on Thursday are, like, it's just 4 hours. But it's, I don't know. I don't know. Whoops. I forgot that in this game, those things kill you. I don't know. I really just don't know how worth it is. How worth it is. Like, I should do it. I feel like I should do it, though. You know, it's not that hard to climb up this way. In this field, honestly. Getting up here is pretty difficult, though. It's pretty tricky. Get me up there, dude! No! You need, like, a big swing around from here. No! Get me up there! Oh, there we go, there we go. That should work, right? That's gonna work. There we go, that's gonna work. Yeah, so that's a little bit tricky. That's why I usually don't bother to do that. What? Sorry, give me a second to collect myself. Now, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was just kind of going on about Matsuri-Con. Right now, I'm just kind of second-guessing myself, like, dude, maybe I should just not bother. I feel like I should, though. Like, it would be nice to have the extra day to rest tomorrow, but I just feel like I should... I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know how good, I just really don't know how good it's, like, that Thursday is gonna be. But I just feel like I should try it. Oh, look at that. I was able to... I usually have trouble shortcutting to that door, but I was able to get it really easily there. Well, like, they're not officially calling it a preview day. That's the thing, is they're calling it a 4-day show, but it seems like a preview day. In the sense that Thursday, it's only 4 hours. And a normal day is like more like 7 or 8 hours, you know? So in that sense, it seems like a preview day. And it's the first day, it's a 4-day show, it's tempting to think of it that way. I'm sure most people are thinking of it that way, you know? But is it less valuable? I mean, it's bound to be less valuable because it's only 4 days. I mean, it's only 4 hours. So it's hard for it to have the same value, you know? And also, it's hard to know how many people will really be there on a Thursday. A lot of people, like, most cons are Friday to Sunday anyway. So, I feel like probably a lot of people... I mean, it seems fair to assume that a decent amount of people are not going to show up on Thursday, you know? But that doesn't mean there's not value. Like, there could be a surprising amount of value in those 4 hours, you know? It's kind of hard to say without doing them. But I just feel like it might be worth it. It might be kind of worth it. The main bad thing about leaving tomorrow, as opposed to leaving on Thursday like I was planning is that is the Kickstarter stuff. Like, I really want, I still have yet to well, the actual books are it seems as though they're gonna show up next week, maybe. No, I will be home. I had to, like, kind of try to schedule it so that they'd arrive when I would... If they arrive when I'm not home, it's not going to work out. Basically, the truck drives up. The truck with, like, 2 pallets of books drives up to my house, and I'm just like, all right. I just instruct them to drop it off on my driveway, like, drop it off here, and then I just like carry all the books into the basement. That's how it goes. Should we try to go the super tricky way? Nah, it's too much trouble. Oh, I'm dead. That's the death. That's the death. Let's just go the normal way. Is it worth it to try to go up here? Yeah, it kind of is, actually. Kind of is, like, really worth it. Oh, well. That door on the left here, like that one on the left, that's the one that's, like, super tricky to get to. But you have to do it to get one of the ending paths. I'm not going to bother to do it right now. I rarely take this normal path anyway. So-called normal path. Whoops. Get that one up there. I guess I don't really need to. Just wasting time. I'm totally forgetting my technique for getting this one up. It shouldn't be that hard. It's like this, and then you like... That's not it. Like this, and then like that. That's all. That's all it is. It shouldn't be that hard. I think I have a whole technique and everything. I totally forgot it. Whoa. Alright, what was I saying? Yeah. So, well, it's not only the books, it's also like, I wanted to have, like, I have to send out PDFs to people. I still need to make a PDF of Book 0, which I've been meaning to get to, but I haven't had time because, you know, I've been so busy with conventions. So I kind of have, like, a lot of stuff I need to, like, get to. I just haven't had the time. Well, mainly just the Kickstarter stuff. Mainly the PDFs. Once the books arrive, I will then have to begin the process of, like, sending all of those out. I don't know what I just did there. But that's not a problem until... That problem arrives next week. But it's a good thing, too. So basically, like... Well, basically, I have all these conventions, and then by the time I'm done with all these conventions, it's like... Now begins the process of sending out hundreds of orders for Kickstarter, basically. Alright, over there to the right is the challenge door for, like, the alternate route. Well, I could do that. Should I do that? It does give you more, levels to do if you go that way, kind of. Nah, let's go the normal way. This is a pure normal run. It's super hard to shortcut here. Oh, maybe it's not. Never mind. You know what? I don't think I've ever actually done that before. Maybe I just haven't tried hard enough. Of course, the bad thing is I'm not showing... Dude, yeah. I don't like that because, like, then you don't get to see the level. And I've rarely showed these levels on stream because I'm always, like, taking, like, super fast shortcuts and stuff. So, who knows when the last time is that I've, like, even shown this level up, or the last level on stream. Like, I probably shouldn't have taken that shortcut. I should have gone the normal way just so that, you know, on stream, you could see me playing the normal levels. Oh, that was a bad jump. Like, I could shortcut up the top here and skip most of this level, but I kind of just want to, like, show the level off, you know? Well, anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, basically just that, you know, I have Kickstarter stuff I need to be doing, and I can't really do it because of the conventions. So what, you know, but by the time I, like, finally am done with conventions, then it'll be time for catch up. Alright, now I'm gonna shortcut this stage. Too many lives. Who knows when the last time is I've ever even been to this stage on stream. Who knows? I'm just gonna kind of go the normal way. Uh-oh. That was kind of bad. Still alive, though. Actually, I've lost a lot of lives. Wait, what's under here? I don't remember ever going down this way. I guess there's kind of an alternate route here. I've never taken this route before. Wow, look at that. Does this go anywhere? Oh, there's a door up there. Hey, Sharpie, what's up? Dude, what's this door here? Oh, that goes to the alternate level route. Yeah, let's take the normal route. Yeah, I'm fishing Sharpie. I'm in the middle of what is known as Convention Heaven. Dude, these guys need to despawn. Hold on. No. Stop it. Get out. Let me just grab this one. Alright. You can just, you know what? He can just stay down there. That's fine. I'm gonna wait for this other one to despawn now. Alright. Now we can go. There we go. There you go. See, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Easy. Yeah, Convention Hell as it's otherwise known. But Convention Heaven, did you dodge the sick? I didn't... I think so. I think so. I don't think I'm sick, but I do feel kind of tired, so maybe I caught some kind of tiredness flu. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, sometimes you do get one of the symptoms of a flu is like fatigue, right? But it could just be that I've like been doing so many cons in a row. I'm in the middle of convention heaven right now. I have just done essentially 5 cons in a row, and I have another one to do this week for the 6th one in a row. And tomorrow I've got to get up early and do a 14-hour drive, kinda, to get to this, so I can like be there. Luckily, the preview day for Matsuri Con, it's Thursday, but it's it does start at 4. It starts pretty late in the evening, so I do travel a bunch. I mean, to go to conventions, I kind of have to. Like, that's what I do for like my job. Oh, well, that's great. That's what I go to conventions and I sell my books, my independent graphic novel books. I sell them at conventions. That's what I do for a living. And summer is the busy season. There we go. That's how you do it. See? That's the easy way to do it anyway. I think I might be... Probably did... Oh, man. Oh, man. Maybe I can shortcut this. I don't know. It should be doable. It's kind of tricky, but it should be doable. Can I shortcut this? For Sharpie? Can I do it for Sharpie? You can see it's pretty tricky, though. I'm gonna fall into that fish. Yeah, dude, it's pretty tricky. Oh, I kind of got a little bit of the... The hook went a little higher there. Dude, what? You know what? It's not even worth it. I'm gonna go down and around like a peasant. I'm gonna do the level the normal way like a peasant, alright? Just because Sharpie really needs to see what the level looks like. Oh, I'll just kill myself. Yeah, so tomorrow I gotta drive 14 hours towards Houston, Texas. I gotta go to Houston, Texas. Because that is where Matsuri Con is. A pretty big... Oh, man. Screwing up. Pretty good, pretty big anime convention in Texas that I'm going to go do. It's gonna be good. And then that's the 6th con in a row. Oh, I screwed up. I'm gonna die. Alright, well, that was not good Umihara Kawase playing there. That was not good. Let's try to do better this time. I'm gonna... You know what? Oh, you know what? How about this? Let's do a really quick... How about this? How about this? Let's actually do a really quick... Oops. Let's do a really quick speed run. I'm gonna show you a Umihara Kawase speed run really fast. This is... I'm not gonna pull up the timer. I'm not gonna use a timer. I'm not gonna use splits. I don't even have splits for this game. Like, I'm not a professional speed... I'm like an amateur speedrunner. This is the only game I've ever, like, tried to speedrun. But I can do a moderately decent, like, any percent run. Alright, so let's... Alright, let me just try to remember my strats. Hold on. Hey, it doesn't have to be, like, it doesn't have to be the fastest. This has to be relatively fast. Whoops. Alright, this is off. This is not how it's supposed to go. This is actually really bad. Sorry. No. Okay, that's not how... It's supposed to be like this. You grab like this. No. No! Hold on a second. No! You're supposed to grab the corner like this, and then No, that fish is not supposed to be there, but whatever. It's fine. You're supposed to do a big swing around like that. Hey, Skittles. Skittles is here. Skittles, how long... Did you just get here, Skittles? Alright, so here, the quick... I gotta go down and around like this. Hold on, hold on. That... You're not supposed to die there. That's a reset, but I'm not gonna reset. I'm gonna show you what a pro does. Alright, so you go down and around like this. in theory, this is what a pro does. Then you kind of like... I mean, my techniques aren't like the best or fastest. They're just like okay, normal human techniques. But like, I do have a... What am I again? I think I'm like... I'm in the top 20 or something on speedrun.com for the Super Famicom version. Something like that. I don't know. My time is not like... It's not amazing, but what I don't know. It's okay. It's an okay time. Oh, sorry, wrong way. Alright, so then I go this way. So, like, I don't have god strats for this game. This game is special in that, there's so many different ways to approach the levels, and, like, the absolute god strats for getting through the levels are just unbelievably complicated. My strats are not god strats. They're... So, like, for this level, what I should do, what I usually try to do for, like, the fast method is, like, jump like that, grab like that, and then big swing over. But I screwed it up right there. So, like that, and then, like, kind of like that, but not like that. Like this, and then, no, sorry, not like that. Like this, and like that. Yeah, that's it. That's what I am supposed to do when I'm, like, trying to do... And I'm not supposed to die there. I am not doing a good job of speedrunning. That's a bad speedrun. I should go back and check. Oh, there we go. I got it first try that time, though. I mean, I'm rusty. I haven't practiced this game in, like, many months, to be fair. Skittles, how's it going? Skittles, how are you doing? Did you just get here, Skittles? Skittles, do you want me to re-explain everything that happened? Let me start with the short version. So as you guys know, I'm in the middle of convention heaven. Alright? I'm gonna do one more speed run after this. This is my D-Rust. And then I'm gonna do one more. Just like, attempt at like a moderately decent just run. Just to show what it looks like when somebody does a moderately decent speed run. But right now I'm just like de-rusting. It's not... You need to make a pixel perfect jump off this platform to be able to, like, do this the quick way. And that's not it. Like, you have to press the button right as you land on the platform. Well, it's not pixel perfect, it's like within a couple pixels, but you know. Duster. Duster, I see. I like it too. I think it's kind of a cool name, Duster. It's kind of a cool name. I'm just gonna kill myself, and then I'm gonna kill myself right now, and I'm gonna try to remember how to do this the fast way. That, like that, like that, and then jump, quick. Then you have to jump and like diagonally shoot down. Like, it's not that hard. It's not as hard as it looks, really. It's that, like that, like that. Jump, jump, like that, like that. That's how you do. That's the fast way. That's the fast way. And then there we go. Like, that's good enough to get in the door. All right, that's actually a good. That's a good route. Like that's a good showing. Like, that's what it's supposed to look like. And then, like, that's good enough for that room. Clawing the hell out of your legs? That seems not good, Mr. Leo. That seems not good. Trim his nails, I agree. Yeah, so anyway, to make... Alright, so... Should I go ahead and re-explain now, or should I wait until, like, Monocule and Demo or whoever else gets here? I don't know. Skittles, should I... You know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna re-go through my whole story of my convention story. But I'm gonna... For right now, I'm just gonna wait. Skittles will understand. I'm gonna wait for more of the crew, the Flipsider crew, to arrive, and then I'm gonna recount my trials and tribulations, my struggles of conventions, not getting into certain conventions, doing conventions, driving a lot, being tired. Wham is here! One of the Flipsider crew! A legendary member of the Flipsider crew. Whammoo! Whammoo! Alright, so what I'm doing right now on this level is wrong. I fucked it up. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay, that's also wrong. Whammoo! How's it going, Whammoo? Not like Shamu, but Wham, exactly. Flump, are you bad at games? No. I'm not bad at games. What? Flump? That's a new one. Wait, you calling me Flump now? Alright. Flump. Alright. Like, remember when Skittles, remember when I used to be Florp? Leo missed you in New York streams. Leo, were you here for the New York streams? Yeah, were you here? Man, I'm doing a terrible job at this level. Florp is out, Flump is in. Do you guys remember when I used to be Florp? Mr. Leo, did you see any of the Albany streams? I don't know, maybe you didn't see it. So, what is the thing here? I need to... okay, I did that wrong. That was wrong. I think it's, you grab in the corner here, and then and then you want to grab that, swing up, and like that. That's what you do. That's what I do. That's not the best way, but it's a pretty good way to do that fast. Okay. Flarpsider. Yeah, I was Florp. Do you remember that? Skittles, you came up with the name. Anyway, I did beat the game, but I did it, like, very slowly. If the timer were here, that would not be a good time. I don't know. It's probably like 7 minutes or something. What is my actual time again? Hold on. Let's just... Alright, that's the credits, whatever. Wait, let's go to speedrun.com real quick. Users, Flipsider99. Guys, you want to see me on speedrun.com? This is not the official Fliptendo record. Ignore that. Umihara Kawase, any percent. 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Home Alone, 19 minutes. Home Alone. I'm one of the many... Oh, yeah. I am one of the legendary 11 for Home Alone, in case you guys forgot about that. Here, let me just remind you. Dude, everybody's got a record in Home Alone, but it's okay. But that's okay because I'm one of the legendary elite 11. The legendary 11. Wait, where's our run? Dude, let's look at it. Let's relive the memories. 2020 that happened. That's 3 years ago now. Oh my god. Look at this. Does anybody Wham, did you ever see this? Wham, you're not drunk, are you? Okay. Just bored? Oh, okay, cool. Well, I just actually drank a nice little rum and coke myself. With the look, Flipsider99, that's me. This is me down here. See that guy with like the little bald, kind of like subtle bald spot? That's me. This is me. In my Dark Souls hoodie, which I accidentally forgot and left at Stackmasters, but he said he's going to mail it to me. Metroid. Oh, that's Zetox. Is that... Wait, there's Apollo. Apollo's, like, down on the ground. There's McCarran Ice. Booster Shane. There's Cool Kid right there. KLM. Green Z Saber. I don't know who Green Z Saber is, but he's one of them. I'm sitting right next to Zetox, and Cypherin is actually off-screen on this video, but he's in there. Metroid McFly is in here, too. He's on the far right. He's not in the video either.
Who's that guy? I don't know. Do you guys want to watch this for 20 minutes? What blood alcohol level is over 9,000? I don't think I'm over 9,000 yet. The pink TV, I know. That's cool, kid. I know. I'm the boring black one. Alright, let's skip ahead a little bit. So, in case you don't know, to make a long story short, Home Alone has kind of a glitch where you can like get the game into like a state where you basically won. To win the game, all you have to do is, it's a survival game, you just have to like survive for 20 minutes. So it's a set time, so it's really easy to get a world record because the world record is always 20 minutes. But somebody found a glitch to like easily win the game, and you just kind of glitch it into this state, and you've got a win state, and you just wait for 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, you automatically get the victory, right? So, so that's what we like. That's what everybody has done here. And then, so, no offense, Flip, but how did you make it into this group of speedrunning legends? Hey, I speed ran Umihara Kawase. I just like, I know some of these people. I'm in the. Really, it's just because like I'm a mod in TMR's channel and like I have some notoriety there. That's the honest answer. I know that you were joking. That's not a serious question. That was a joke question. But the real answer is because I just spent a lot of time in TMR's channel and I just kind of got lucky. But yeah, I'm like one of the few people. There's a couple people in this group that are like not speedrunners, and like I'm one of them. Although like I do speedrun Umihara Kawase, but like I'm not a known. I'm not a like. I've never been to HDQ. I never had a run, and I probably never will. I don't really care that much. I did not know. Well, I went into this day knowing I would be a part of it, like because we had talked about it in advance. But I did not know when I was going to HDQ for 2020 that I'd be part of this. They didn't tell me. Like, essentially, I was recruited by Umihara Kawase. Like, do you want to be part of this? Like, I want to get this. And 11 was not. So basically, the plan was to get as many people as possible together. And I happened to be. Umihara Kawase was the one who organized it, and I was rooming with him. So, you know, obviously he asked me, and I said I would do it, and. Yeah, that's Shauna. Shauna was not one of the people who was like part of it, but she was like hanging out and watching. I don't know why she wasn't asked to do it. Like, at the time she wasn't. I don't think Shauna was speedrunning at the time. But I mean, and there was a lot of other people here that was just kind of like watching or hanging around too. But basically, Umihara Kawase got together like a group of people that were willing to practice and do it. And also, we only had like a certain number of games. Like, we only had a certain number of like Home Alone games and TVs. So I think 11 was the limit. Yeah, a rare public appearance. There's Apollo. There's Apollo with his phone. And there's me like just chatting with Shauna. Let's just watch me chat with Shauna. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me chat with Shauna Berry Blast. We're having such a good... Look, we're having a good conversation. Watch. Look at my listening techniques. Look, I'm smiling. I'm making eye contact. I'm nodding once in a while. That's the way you should... That's the way you converse with people. Look, I nodded. I nodded and smiled, and then I talked back. That's how you have a conversation, guys. These are conversation strats. Very good. Very good. I wish I could speedrun knots. Yeah, I was sharing a bed with MCA. That there she is, Shauna Berry Blast. That's the real Shauna Berry. Oh, sorry, it's Shanna. Because I've been mispronouncing it, I was informed recently. It's Shanna Berry Blast, not Shauna. I don't know why I wanted to say Shauna. It's Shanna Berry Blast. Her name is Shanna. And I feel bad. Why am I looking at two Bryans? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just kind of... So, I've been away at conventions for 2 weeks. I've been away from home for 2 weeks doing conventions. I'm back for 1 day. Tomorrow I leave again for Texas, and I'm going to be gone for another week doing convention. So this is I don't know what this stream is. This is just At first I was playing Umihara Kawase, but now we're just like looking at this video. You know what? Because it's relaxing. I like it, okay? Well, yes, I do enjoy NES games. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I don't know. I wondered what we were talking about. I have no clue. Congrats on being a member of society. You've been mispronouncing my name for almost 10 years now. I know, but like that's our personal in-joke, Skittles, so it's okay. Like, I like calling you Skittles, and you like that I call you Skittles. And that's okay. Legionary Shark, how's it going? How are you doing? Ew, Texas. I like Texas because, like, the conventions I go to in Texas, I usually make a lot of sales. Like, to me, Texas is just a place where I go, like, where there's a lot of sales. That's all it is. Better than Florida? In terms of me selling books, yes. I don't know in what context you're talking about, but in terms of me selling books, yes, it is better than Florida. The one time I went to it, I did MetroCon in Florida, and it was it was expensive, and it was very underwhelming sales, and I never really, I have no desire to go back. Is there any other context that, I don't know what context you meant, but that's all I care about, where I make the best sales. Texas is very good sales for books. That's all I care about. Did I mention I'm in Seattle with Polycule? You did not? The comic did this to you? Good. Sick eating egg drop soup. Oh, I haven't had egg drop soup in a long time. Egg drop soup is good. Well, I'm sorry that you're sick. So you're sick, huh? Is it like COVID or is it serious? Get well soon, Legionary Shark. The only good thing from Texas is toast. That is not true. Egg drop soup can be pretty good as long as it's hot. Never let it cool down. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's probably true for a lot of soup. Isn't that just true for all soup? Valid. If you're in the Baltimore area, let me know. Whamu, I was just there. Kind of. I was in Washington, D.C. I was kind of just there for Otakon, but Otakon used to be in Baltimore, but it moved to Washington, D.C., which is kind of close to Baltimore. Well, I could have visited you, but I could have, I suppose. That's right, Skittles. That is all I care about. Also, food. Texas is also good because it's one of the few places you can go in America where they have In-N-Out Burger. So Texas has got that going for it. Does Illinois have In-N-Out Burgers? It does not. What else is there to care about? Is there anything else? No. My friend is there, not you. You're in Seattle. Oh, okay. Barbecue. In Seattle. I was in Seattle last year for was I? Yeah, for well, no, I was in Portland Retro Gaming. I went to Portland Retro Gaming Expo, but that's near Seattle, right? Please stop screaming to the mic before Demo arrives. Yeah, sorry. I'm kind of sitting forward, and my mouth is kind of by the mic, and yeah. All right, Skittles. I know you're right. You're right, Skittles. I apologize. You might be out. I'm sitting forward because I'm kind of like getting in close because I'm just like talking to you guys. I'm happy. You're unhappy with In-N-Out right now? They won't let their workers wear masks? COVID is over. Oh, well, okay. Well, no, I mean, like, no, that COVID is over, dude. They don't need to wear masks. It's not 2021 anymore. I think your mic volume Portland is basically right there. 3 hours south of me, and I have a friend there I can stay with. COVID is not over, numpty. Yes, it is. It's over. No, it's over, dude. It's a flu. It's just any flu now. No, it is over. Forcing them is probably bad. They don't even have the option. Well, then they can quit. It is not really look into long COVID. No. Dude, I'm not going to debate you on it. But Look, it's just like any other flu now. There's flus. There's flus. It's not like how it was. Look, I don't. No, it is now because the thing is. No, it's no. I'm the one with the facts here. No, like this is the way viruses progress. Like in order for viruses to this is just evolution. Like it's how it works. In order for viruses to stay relevant, like in order to stay alive, in other words, to like propagate, it's better for them to be less severe and to be more contagious, and that's exactly what happened with COVID. It got less and less severe and more and more contagious, right? And like, yeah, it's still around, but it's much more akin to a normal flu. There's other flus. There's really no reason to like focus on COVID in particular now. There's no reason to wear masks. There's no more reason to wear masks now than there was in 2019. Those are facts that are true. And, but, I mean, if you want to wear masks, there's nothing wrong with that. But, like, do you need to wear masks when you're working at... Look, I mean, I don't know. I think you don't need to wear masks at your job. I mean, sure, like, when you're doing customer service, I can see why you might want to. But look, in 2019, this wasn't a concern, right? Well, that's basically how things are now. I know that people like have this weird thing about masks now. Like, it's really weird because, like, it's not like masks are really all that effective. They're not. What's effective is getting a vaccine. You don't need to wear masks. It's not important. The whole reason, and let me say this real quick. The whole entire reason why masks were important before... Oh, it's happening. The whole reason why masks were important in the first place is because social distancing. Like, masks were... Part of the reason why they work is social distancing. Like, you know... And also, it was a time before vaccines where you wanted to stop the spread of the virus. None of that... The virus was, like, more deadly at that time. There was no vaccine. Like, doing social distancing, like, lockdowns, all that stuff made sense. It doesn't make sense now. You're autistic, you know how much research you did in this. All right. Well, so that's all I wanted to say about that. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Agree to disagree, huh, Wham?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Anyway, let's get back to games. Yay! We did it! Just check your mic volume. You want to turn yourself up? Oh, okay. That is actually a good idea. I will check it. But it's just because I'm leaning. I'm not leaning back like I usually do. I'm leaning forward, and my mouth is right next to the mic. I think that's why. But maybe it did turn itself up. No, it didn't. It's just because I'm sitting. It's just because my mouth is close to the mic. Yeah, so the record that I was part of here is just simply being one of the 11... Oh, dude, that's me! I was one of the 11 people to... Like, it was a simultaneous world record. Oh, there's Cyphrin. There's everybody. There's Booster Shane. There's Metroid McFly, kind of, a little bit. It's pretty good. It's a good video. You're just extra screamy today? No, I think it's just because I was sitting next to I had to be careful when I'm just sitting forward. Like, if I lean forward, sometimes, when I'm streaming normally, sometimes I kind of lean forward and sometimes I kind of lean back, you know? Just based on, I don't know, my comfort level or whatever. But Like, right at the moment, I was just kind of like, I was in like full intimacy mode. So I seemed fine to you, honestly. Oh, in terms of like, well, Skittles is like certain people like Skittles and Demo in particular are very sensitive to me like being loud in the mic. And I probably was. If I'm leaning forward like this, I have to be consciously try to lower my voice so that because I mean I do have like microphone cover. Well anyway, so what I was gonna show off originally was we kind of got sidetracked a bit. I want to just take a look at this. Because I forget what my place is on this for the Super Famicom. But I'm on the leaderboard here. The only video game Home Alone kind of doesn't count because anybody can get that world record technically. It's not really an accomplishment. The only accomplishment was doing it simultaneously with 11 people. But the only speed run where I actually am on a leaderboard, like for real, based on my own skills, is Umihara Kawase. And I forgot where... Okay, I'm number 12. See, I'm number 12 only for the Super Famicom. Now, note that if we switch to PC... It also includes DS and Vita, but like it's mainly just PC people. It's all PC people, actually. There's like one DS person. The times here are much better because more people are playing on PC. So like technically, like in terms of like worldwide players, I'm not actually 12th. But if you only count Super Famicom, then I managed to be 12th. You know, and you know what? PC doesn't count. Only Super Famicom counts. So I'm 12th. Fuck it. I'm 12th, dude. I'm 12th on it. And yeah, the number 11 to get in the top 10, I would have to drop my time by I'd have to improve by like 40 seconds. It's like it's really hard to get in the top 10. Well, Skittles, you're like one of two people that ever only complain. Maybe everybody else is just being nice about it. You seem fine to me, honestly, Flip. Valid. Oh, yeah, I read that already. There you go, Billy Mitchell. Yeah. Put me in the same category as Billy Mitchell. That definitely makes me feel better about things. Yeah, well, anyway, I mean, like, I'm on the leaderboard. Like, this is a legitimate speed run, and like it's okay. I'm not in the top 10. I'm only like 12 out of 17 people who contributed, but and if you go to like PC, there's like a ton of times that are actually faster. Like almost all of these times are faster than mine of these 24 people. But do whatever though. Well, I mean, some of these people are the same people, to be fair, but it's still a good time. It's still a good time. You know what? It's still a good time. Okay. I beat the game in 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 17. Oh, this is actually it's it was actually clocked in at 3:07. So almost 3 minutes.
No, I'm in pure.
You're right, Skittles. No, you're right. The harsh truth. Well, the harsh truth. The harsh truth in this case is your opinion about how loud I am, but
all thoughts devoted to Umihara Kawase.
He's in so much shit right now. Right now? What do you mean right now? He's been in so much shit for as long as I've ever heard about him. For as long as the movie King of Kong came out. That's still really cool. Your 12th place? Yeah, I mean, like, it's a legitimate speed run. Like, it's legitimate. Like, it's not a bad... It's a pretty good time.
You cannot break me. So, yeah, you can't... When I maximize like this, you can't see even the chat or my camera, but that's on there too. The pure focus. So this, I was doing like a couple of streams of just like hardcore attempts, and I finally got this one. And the thing that I was conscious of when I was like speedrunning this game was like, okay, I just hope whenever I finally get my PB, my new record, I just hope that whatever things I say on the stream are amusing.
And, you know, like, yeah, it kind of is. Like, there's some amusing... I do say some amusing things on this.
Do not break me.
See? You cannot break me.
Even if it's...
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Even 1,000 fish killing me 1,000 times cannot break the pure focus.
Well, that's... So, that's... As the kids would say, that might be kind of more cringe than cool, but you know what? Whatever. I'll accept it. At least it's not just like an empty video of just like playing the game with like no commentary, which, you know, is how most speedruns are. At least there's some personality. I'm happy that there's some personality in my run. Because usually, like, when speedrunners just are running the same game tens of thousands of times, like for weeks and weeks on end, they don't really talk they don't talk during the run because there's no point in like saying clever things for like the 10,000th time, you know, unless you have like a script you go through, but nobody does that because that's like insane. It's insanity mode. Millie Bitchell fucked up. Saw his disposition, who boy. He also just got caught majorly perjuring himself. I don't know anything about that, and I really am not sure I want to. Well, I mean, maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe I do. No, I know what perjury is.
Oh!
This is the best part.
What happened?
This is the best part of the video.
What happened? Look at the time!
And the time that I recorded on the video, it's actually... Oh, no, I recorded 3:04, but apparently it was 3:07. Well, yeah, whatever. It's good enough. It's good enough. 12th place, 3:07. Not bad. So, yeah, you know what? Let me try to do... not this. Let me just try to do, like, one more speed run, like, just to... of Umihara. Just to see if I can, like, have a decent run. I'm not going to even use the timer. But let me just see if I can, like, get a decent run going. This is a relaxation stream. This is my one stream in between being gone for 2 weeks for 2 conventions and leaving to go to Texas for another convention. This is my one stream. I'm going to be gone again. I apologize to all my fans and all the people who are, you know, maybe are fans who don't want to admit they're fans, or, you know, my friends, my streaming buddies, whatever you want to say. I apologize to all of them. That's okay. Dying there is not what you're supposed to do in a speed run. That is not good strats. There we go. That's more like it. That's good enough. That's not the best. Let me kind of go up like that. That's definitely not the best, but whatever. Oh, fuck that up. I should have just made the jump normally. Whoops. Good job, idiot. But yeah, this is it. This is the one stream. I got the stream from, like, thanks to Stackmaster, our buddy Stackmaster. I did get to stream while I was away in New York. I got to do 2 streams, so that was nice. We got to provide some content for the Flip fans, but my Bart killing policy. I'm a fan of your Selma killing policy. Wait, what? What? What again, Skittles? What? Okay. That's for Leo. Sorry. Fair enough. That's fair enough. Anyway, this is a relaxation stream. I definitely want to get back to Fliptendo. I want to finish Wall Street Kid. But I'm going to do that after I am done with conventions. Okay, well, this is not a good run. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I watched tons of Simpsons, Skittles. I watched tons. Tons of Simpsons. I just don't know every episode, like every line of every episode from the first 10 seasons like you do. I do want to go back. I have been wanting to like go back and rewatch classic episodes of The Simpsons. I really have very little interest in watching any of like the later seasons. I haven't watched Simpsons since like probably season 12 at all. And I have very little interest in doing so. But the first 10 seasons, like in particular like the first 7 or so seasons, I really want to go back and rewatch a lot of those again. Because it's kind of been a long time since I've watched a lot of it. But, what, so, I mean, is that a reference? Like, what is that? I'm not a fan of your Bart killing policy, but I am a fan. Is that a reference? I'm sorry, I don't know the like, what is that reference? Should I know that? I'm fucking up this door completely. It's a hard jump to make, but... Oh, there we go. Ah, okay. Oh, I didn't get it. I should have got it there. Yes, you should. I should? Alright, Skittles. Well, I apologize that I don't... I mean, can't you explain it to me, though? What episode is that from? Like, if you were to describe an episode to me from the first 10 seasons, I would probably remember it and know it. Does that count for anything? Like, there's some lines I would know. Oh, and Central Bob ran for mayor. Oh. Sorry, my sound got fucked up again. I really want to fix it. Hold on. Man, I can't wait to get a new microphone. I have to deal with this shit anymore. Wow, it's like really bad. I just cannot seem to get the jack correctly. Oh, okay, I got it. Season 6? When he ran for mayor? Oh, man. Okay, so that one I do barely remember. I barely remember that one. When he ran for mayor. I do remember it, but I don't think I've seen that episode in a long, long time. I mean, I know that there... Gee, I'm just gonna... Alright. Let's just make one more attempt at, like, a decent speed run, maybe. Yeah, I don't know why, Skittles, because his microphone didn't look that great. I guess it's new. It didn't look that great. It looked like just the cheapest thing. I think he actually had the exact... the web... Well, no. The webcam... Yeah, no. The webcam was definitely... The webcam was definitely like a newer model than what I have, and there's no... I'm sure it was a better quality. Oh, that was almost really good. That was almost a really good run at like attempt at stage 1 there. Oh, Gizmo, what's up? Playing some Umihara Kawase. You've probably seen me play this game before, but... I have not played the Super Nintendo one on stream for a while. Not since I, like, finally got my PB of like my any percent. This is the only game I've ever really seriously tried to speedrun, and I'm 12th on the leaderboard for the Super Famicom version, and I'm happy with that. I haven't had much interest in improving the time because improving it, like getting within the top 10, is just too hard, and I don't think I'll ever do it. Or, I mean, the amount of effort it would take to do it would be just insane. It would be huge. It would be a huge amount of effort. That's not how it's supposed to look. I'm gonna get a good speedrun going. You should have stolen. Yeah. Mine is fine too. Just saying you missed out on a great E3 opportunity. Well, that's fair. Okay, that's a little bit better. The thing is that, like, not that many people. This is still a little bit of a niche game, and not that many. I mean, some people do speedrun it, but like, there is the leaderboard only has. I'm 12th. There's only 17 people for the Super Famicom one. There's only 17 people. So being 12th is not that big of a deal. But I am, like, I am pretty far ahead of, like, number 15, 16, and 17, I guess. There's more people for the PC version, and their times are generally better, so my time's not really that impressive, but like, the world record is something like 1 minute and 18 seconds or something, and my best time is like 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 7 seconds. So, like, relative to the world record, my time is really not that great. But relative to, like, you know, normal humans, my time is pretty good. It's pretty good, and I'm fine with that. I'm never going to be the world record holder for, like, any video game. It's not going to put the effort into it. And the reason why is because, like, I'd rather spend that time playing new video games or different games. It's just how I am. But I love this game, so I really didn't mind. I did want to kind of practice and get a good run. Like, I wanted to have a good run at this game. That's all. And I feel like I have it now. Like, I'm satisfied with what I have in this game, quite honestly. Yeah, alright, I fucked this stage up, but that's okay. That's alright. That was a minor fuck up. Let's see if I fucked this part up. Oh, I did. Oh, alright. Oh, nice. Okay, I got it first try there. So that was actually good. See, like, my strats for this game they're pretty good for a normal human, but if you actually watch the top, like, the world record holder for this game, there's no humanity in his speed run. Like, that is a robot. Like, I'm not convinced that that's not an AI. Well, I mean, these days it could be. Like, when that, I mean, I'm joking, but, like, these days that actually could be the case. But it's not. I mean, it is a real human. I don't know if it's like a Japanese person or it's just like a psycho or what. But it is, you know, I mean, it could be cheated, who knows? It's allegedly a real person. But, like, if you watch the #1 run of this game, it's absolutely inhuman nonsense that they're doing in this game. The idea of trying to even just copy the strats that they're doing, it seems laughable to me. Or, like, to normal humans, probably. Oh, okay. Oh, that was almost pretty bad. Apollo will do it. Trick Apollo into doing it for you? I mean, just check out, like, the top 3 runs for this game if you want to see... If you want to see, like, pure Terminator-level cyborgs speedrun a video game. Okay, I'm doing this wrong. What you're supposed to do... My strat is supposed to be do this, hook up, wait for the second or third head bob. The head bob has got to be touching the pixel. It's got to be the head has got to be fully into the block, and then you go like that. I guess ideal, and then I fucked up the swing.
That's not how you do it, but that's wrong. So again, this 1, 2, right there, like that, and then big swing over, grab that like that. Ideally, I go around here in like one big swing, and I'm just gonna get up here as fast as I can. Now it's supposed to be diagonal, but it wasn't, so I fucked that up. Oh well, it's really easy to fuck up. But I mean, the game is a very short speed run. Like my personal best time is 3 minutes. So it's very, you know, you're gonna fuck up a lot, but that's just like any speed run, right? Oh, I fucked up again. Wow. As you can see, I am quite clearly a human being. No inhumanity here. These are very human mistakes. Oh, that was a very good like hook there, though. Let my humanity go. I wish I could just be a Terminator. I wish I could play this game like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I can't. I can't escape my humanity. That's the problem. Yeah, I'm sorry, Skill. I wish I got all of them. I love The Simpsons. But that particular episode, I don't remember that well. It's been such a long time since I've seen it. I do remember it. Wasn't there like one Sideshow Bob episode like per season after the first one? Where like the first Sideshow Bob episode where he like it's actually like a whodunit and you don't know who. What was it, like somebody kidnapped Krusty and you don't know who, and like it turned out to be Sideshow Bob, who was like his original co-host. Spoilers. Oh, that's a good point, Gizmo. Anyway, yeah, so I mean, that was not like a real run of this game, but... Alright, we'll just reset. Pretty decent run. It was a fun watch. Yeah, I mean, so, that is the route for the any % speed run. That what I died a bunch of times, and I didn't, like... But, basically, I showed off how it's supposed to look. At least for my strats. Now, again, my strats are different from human strats. From my strats are human strats. If you watch the world record holder, you'll see some insane. Like, it doesn't really look like how I go through the levels. Even what I just like, that probably looked kind of impressive what I did there, but that's nothing compared to what the insanity computer people do. Like, this is nothing. Man, you have to see what, like, some of these computer AI program people do to, like, get the world records in this game. It's insane. That was I misspoke, Skittles. That was I meant to say that my strats are human strats. You got me misspeaking. So, yeah, I'm not going to speed... so now I'm going to do something different. If I was speedrunning, I'd go left here. But now I'm just going to do a casualized run. I'm going to do a fully casualized run. And we're just going to try to go as far as we can, taking the normal, long route. And I'm also going to, I'm going to try not to shortcut the stages too much. I'm going to try to show off the whole stages. That's a good point, Wham. Don't believe me from the words coming out of your mouth. I mean, that's a good point too, Skittles. So, normally I would just go along the bottom here, but I'll take the normal route and actually go up. For probably the first time ever on stream, you'll see these fish. You've probably never seen these fish here, but now you just did. I just killed them, but, you know, it's good. Yeah, we'll just take the normal route. Whoa. That's what the stage looks like when you do it normally. Like, all of these stages, like, almost all of the stages in this game can be shortcutted very, very heavily. Where, like, in some cases, you like going directly to a door, and you don't even see the stage. When you know how to play the game really well. So it's kind of cool to just, like,
once in a while go through the stages kind of normally and see the whole stage at least, you know? So that's how I'm going to play right now. I'm going to try to get all the 1-ups as well. Because that's fun. Oh! That fish spawned in the bad place. That's too bad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Oops, I hooked that kind of bad. And I grabbed it. Okay, I'll grab the ceiling to save myself there. I don't know. What else do you guys want to talk about? Should I reiterate again my situation? Like, what is going on right now? I guess for people who didn't come in to the stream early on, I will really quickly talk about the convention heaven I'm going through right now. I've elected to call it convention heaven rather than convention hell because I thought it'd be better to be more positive, you know? Trying to have the... I think it's better to have a positive outlook, you know? Well, anyway, I'm in the middle of 7 conventions in a row. It's pretty tiring. And then on top of that... Oh, by the way, normally here, what I would do is I'd hook this, swing up like this, and the exit door is right above me. I can easily get to that. But right now, I'm going to go through this stage normally, which I would never do. But just for you guys, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Anyway, the thing that's really crazy is that before this, there was also like another stretch where I was doing I did 3 cons in a row. Like 3 I forget which cons it was, but yeah, I did 3 cons in a row, then I had a couple weeks off, and then I entered this 7 convention in a row heaven, which I'm currently in. In fact, at this point now, I've done 5 of the 7. So the first 3 I did. The 4th convention was a little bit different because I didn't get in. The 4th convention was going to be Otakon. I didn't have a table. I knew it was going to be a gamble, but Otakon is one of the best shows if you can get in. So I took a gamble and it was like, I hope I get into Otakon, and I didn't get in. But I drove all the way down to Washington, D.C., 11 hours to try to get into that. So that was my 4th con. It would have been my 4th con, but I didn't get in. So what I decided to do was to drive over to my buddy Sean's, otherwise known as Stackmaster. If you come to my stream often, you may have seen him here as Stackmaster. He shows up once in a while, you know. Oh man, did that kill me? Fuck. Just to grab onto the ledge there. Oh well. So I didn't get into Otakon, which is unfortunate because it would have been so good if I would have, but it was a gamble. I didn't know how it was going to be. It turns out that well, for this particular Otakon, there just wasn't that many no-shows. There was only like 3 no-shows, and there was 15 people there vying for the spot. So I took part in a raffle. I had a 3 out of 15 chance of getting in. That's 1 out of 5. Guess what? Guess what? I was not... The 1 out of 5 sided dice did not roll in my favor. I was not one of those 3 out of 15. So I didn't get in. So I drove over... But that's Washington, D.C., which is pretty close to Boston. Well, I mean, not that close, but it's like a 5-hour drive. And then Albany is like a couple hours outside of that. So I drove over to Albany, where my friend is staying. I did that, and I hung out there for the week. Because I didn't want to have to drive all the way back to Chicago and then all the way back out for Boston. I'm worried about my car, you know? I wanted to save miles on my car.
I'm worried about putting too many miles on it because I'm putting in so many miles on it for like the cons lately. So I did that, which I think was a good decision. And I hung out there until Fan Expo Boston, which was con number 5. Now that con, all the rest of them I do have tables. That con I had a table, I got in, it was normal. I did the con. I'd never done it before, so I didn't know how it was going to be. Turned out it was decent. I would say for the size, it was pretty decent. Like I made okay money at it. The expenses were generally like a little bit bigger, and I'm not counting the Otakon expenses because that's its own thing. But relatively, like, was it worth doing? Yeah, it was kind of worth doing. It was pretty good. It wasn't amazing or anything. Otakon, if I had gotten into Otakon, like, and did the show normally, usually that ends up being the best convention of the year. Except for when I get the chance to go to San Diego. But, that's why it's so worth... That's why I'm willing to take a gamble on that. But I might... Knowing what I know now, I still may not gamble on it next year. Like, I don't know. The problem is, with Otakon, it's a gamble to get in for 2 out of 3 days. It's such a long drive. It's a gamble to get in for 2 out of 3 days. And then... And it's a big gamble too, and then it like depends on how many, you know, how many tables are actually available, and it seems like a real crapshoot. Like, I don't know. But if I have a similar situation where like there's another show on the East Coast back to back with Otakon, I might try it again. I might try it again for that reason. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see, but. I'm glad I tried to do it. But anyway, so yeah, that was show number 4. And then show number 5 was in Boston, which I did. And then back home from that, 15-hour drive coming back from Boston. Oh, and I didn't mention this, but let me mention it now. Well, I didn't mention it on my current recounting. Let me mention this again. I also had car trouble. So on the way back from Boston, well, while I was at Boston, I noticed like a weird grinding sound in my car. So I was like, oh, okay, that sounds bad. I'm gonna have to get this checked out. So, you know, on the way back from Boston, I knew I knew I was gonna stop at a car shop. So, I drove a couple of hours that night, and then the next morning I went to a car repair shop to see what the bad news would be. And it was something like very normal. It was just the brakes. It was just the brakes. The brake pads were worn down. But unfortunately I had to like wait like about half a day for them to fix it. Which is not ideal, but it could have been worse. I mean, it definitely could have been worse, but it could have been better. But, I mean, I lost a half a day. Well, I mean, to make a long story short, which is too late, I lost a half a day, like, waiting around someplace in New York, waiting for my car to get fixed. So, because of that, this fucking guy, dude, that fucking guy, that's stupid. You know, forget the 1-up. Just forget it. I'm not going for that 1-up anymore. Stupid crawly guy's in the way. Oh, now I just died. I guess you're right, Skittles. I could have just, like, never slowed down. Alright, now I'm gonna get this 1-up to make up for that life. And I will not die. Good. Thank you. See, that's how you do it like a pro. Well, alright, Whammoo. It's cool. Head off for the night, then. But thanks for stopping by. It is good to see you again. Toodles to you. What are you supposed to do here normally? Is there any platforms here? I guess you're supposed to just go over the top like this? Wait on a second. What are you supposed to do here normally? Hold on. Oh. Not a okay. Are you supposed to make this jump over here? That doesn't... I guess you just have to do this. Right? I guess this is a more advanced, a little bit more advanced level, so you're supposed to just go over the ceiling. I mean, it's not a problem for me. And then here you're supposed to, I guess, kind of do something like that. I mean, when I'm doing this level now, I usually just skip that entire thing. You know what? I'll go up this way. I don't usually get a chance to do this. That's true. Flintstone was his own break. So what was I saying? Yeah, so I was kind of recounting my trip a little bit. Kinda. I already kind of went through this, but only Mr. Leo was in the chat at the time. So I'll go over it again. Well, yeah. So anyway, so I didn't get into. I drove to Washington, D.C. I didn't get into Otakon. Then, rather than drive all the way back to Chicago, I went to stay with my buddy Stackmaster. And I stayed with him for like a few days. As you guys may know, if you were here for this stream... Oh shit, dude. Hold on, let me try to not die here. Oh my god. Trying to not die. Stop that! Oh, you oh! Wow. Anyway, as some of you may know, probably a lot of you do know, while I was staying with my buddy Stackmaster in New York, in, you know, Albany, well, he technically lives in Watersvliet. It's a weird small town called Watersvliet, but it's like outside of Albany. It's like right outside of Albany, so I'm just gonna say Albany. But anyway, I got to stream at his house because he has a streaming setup. He has a stream setup kind of like set up, you know. So, oh man, this part kind of sucks, doesn't it? This is why you like don't do this part normally. There's got to be a better way to do the stage. Hold on. Yeah, so they did a couple of like just streams there. He has a streaming setup there, and was able to like log onto my account, and it was like not a big deal to stream from his place. It was easier than I thought it would be. So, some of you guys definitely like Skittles and probably Gizmo and whoever else. I mean, I know that Demo and Monicule were there. Some of you guys saw those streams as well. But I mean, I didn't have my computer. Basically, I just streamed like Switch games and Super Nintendo games off my Switch while I was there. Nothing major. Yeah, it was pretty fun having like a co-host for sure. It is fun to do that kind of stream once in a while. And I had a very good repartee with his Piranha Plant puppet character. That fish up there.
Those are pretty good. That was pretty fun streams. Oh, wow. Tunic. Oh yeah, I've heard of that game. I've heard people like that game. It looks very, very Zelda-ish. So did you did you finish those? PSP Suikoden and Final Fantasy VII Remake. Did you finish both of those? Hey man, I like Monty Python as well. Nothing wrong with Monty Python. I would know a few of the famous quotes at least. Yeah, I mean I streamed a little bit of Final Fantasy VII Remake, a little bit of it. And I played some of it. I didn't get a chance to finish it, and I don't think I'm really too broken up about that. Dude, this stupid stage. I'm not used to playing through this stage the normal way. Dude, fuck it. Let's just go up this way. Fucking stupid stage. Fuck it. Waste of time. Oh, I still died there. Oh my god, this stupid stage. Yeah, I feel kind of ambivalent towards Final Fantasy VII Remake. There's cool things about it. I think in many ways it's an inferior. I think it's an Oh, I'm dead. I would say I think it's an inferior telling. I think it's an inferior retelling of the Final Fantasy VII story. I think like the generally Final Fantasy VII, the original game tells the story much better than the remake does in many ways, aside from just simply not having as nice graphics. But really, it's not even nice. It's just not having as realistic graphics. I prefer the art style of the original game over the remake. And, you know, the remake has the new action combat, which is interesting, but I don't think it works that well. I mean, although it's not really that bad or anything. I just think it has some awkwardness to it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's some things that are cool. Like some of the added content is kind of cool about it though. The soundtrack is generally better in the original game, the original Final Fantasy VII, but the remake does add some new music that is pretty cool, though. So it's got that going for it. A form of a more valid opinion. You started LA Noire. Oh man, I just can't believe I lost all my lives on this stupid stage. I'm not used to playing that stage, but that's good. You know what? I want to play the stages I'm not used to playing. Spent too much time just like focusing on like speedrunning like the same 8 levels or what? How many stages is it in the any percent? Was it like, hey Luigi Marlin, how's it going? It's been a while. How are you doing? Yeah, so like mostly when I've been playing this game recently, I've just been like doing the speedrun route. Like there's so many stages that I'm kind of rusty at. LA Noire. That's a game that I wouldn't expect you to play, to be honest. Interesting choice, I think. I like the game of sort of flying through it. You think you just like the 1940s detective setting vibe more than the actual gameplay? I feel like I feel like I would probably feel the same way. I believe I would feel the same way. if I were to play it, because the setting, I do like the setting, but I don't generally like Rockstar's writing that. Well, that's Rockstar, right? Not really a big fan of their writing when they're trying to actually be serious. It's clear that you really should play the original first. Well, I haven't seen the ending of Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know what? I was never really that interested. I remember hearing about people being kind of upset that they decided to end it the way they did. There was some sort of like, apparently there's some kind of twist that's not in the original game. They threw in some kind of twist to make it different, and I have no idea what that is. Even now, I have no clue. And I kind of don't really care that much, to be honest. A nice new Tifa model. Yeah, refresh my memory. Did Tifa in the remake, was she using the Advent Children costume? Because I do really like her Advent Children costume, but I don't know. Oh, it was made by some other dev. Oh, I didn't realize that about L.A. Noire. Oh, that's cool, Luigi. Well, you happen to check in at a time. I'm in the middle of other projects, like continuing Fliptendo, like doing my project where I play all the Famicom and NES games, and then I have subscriber requests I need to get to. A bunch of other projects I'm in the middle of, but I'm in the middle of conventions season right now, and this is my one day this week to be home and stream. So I'm just doing a relaxing stream. I'm just playing Umihara Kawase. A game. Oh, dude, I fucked this up really bad. Oh, I went the wrong route. I wasn't paying attention. I was doing the speedrun route, and I wanted to do the normal route. So let me just start over. I'll start over anyway. Anyway, this is sort of an atypical stream because I'm just doing a relaxed stream. I'm not working towards any project. I'm just playing like one of my favorite games for fun. No particular goal here. So kind of an atypical stream in that sense. But this is the only day this week I'll get to stream. And then I got to rush off to Houston, Texas. And I'm going to be there for the rest of the week. And then I won't get back until like Tuesday of next week. And then I have one more con after that, but that's a local con at least. So I might actually get to stream some days around that. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. You might actually like Tunic, Leo. I think they made them. There's a couple streamers that have really talked up Tunic as like an amazing game, but I don't know how I would feel about it. The main character is... Wait, and Tunic, okay. The main character is a fox, but the game is very dark in setting and music. It's also very difficult. Yeah. It's kind of like... It's one of those indie games where clearly they're fans of Dark Souls. It's funny how... there's all these indie games that refer to themselves as Soul-likes, or people refer to them as Soul... more often, I guess, it's people refer to them as Souls-likes, which I think is almost always erroneous. Like, it's really weird to refer to, like, 2D games as Souls-likes. But I kind of get why people do that, because there's so many indie games where clearly the people who made them really like Dark Souls, and there's Dark Souls influence. But, yeah, it's not at all surprising when you come across like an indie game and there's Souls influence. That's just kind of like 40% of indie games. Well, I mean, speaking as somebody who like, I'm going the right way this time. I took the normal path. That was correct. Speaking as somebody who is like I'm not a big fan of indie games in general, so I don't really play that many of them, but just based on what I've seen. That feels about right to me, though. I don't know. Somebody like Asian Waste could come in and, like, you know, who has more experience with indie games and feel free to correct me, but... But yeah, no, I have seen Tunic. Yeah, it does look. It has the isometric. The graphics look isometric at least, but not isometric controls. Right. The twist is the remake is not a remake. The real plot is the character is going to break free the original game story to create a new path. Oh. Wait. Oh, really? Are you making that up, or is that for real? Is that real? Is that for real? Wait, how does the remake actually end? I thought it ended like at the motorcycle part or something. That's real? That's kind of interesting. You know, I mean, that's honestly kind of interesting for a remake to do. I actually hate that. It's funny because in a certain way, it seems stupid, but at the same time, like when I stop for after I kind of laugh, after I kind of chuckle about it for a second, I like stop and you know, that's not a bad idea. Oh really, Mr. Leo? It's been so hot. Sorry, I'm really behind on the chat. Let me catch up real quick. You know, oh, you do? The fatigue builds up. Go outside. Are they going to undo the famous death of Aerith? Do you remember the whispers in Final Fantasy VII Remake? No. Wait, what? That's the hope, fear, depending on who you are? Yeah. Yeah, that would be a big problem. So on the one hand, I think the concept of a remake actually, like, I think the idea of a remake sort of like purporting to be a remake, but actually being like a time travel thing where it's actually a new story and the character's like redoing the events and like, I think that's potentially very interesting. But with something like that, where there's like a very famous death, like, I don't know. Well, the temptation would be for the whole story to then revolve around like saving Aerith, right? But well, I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, but I think that is a pretty dicey proposition though, because stuff like that is like what made the original game good in the first place. So if you lose that, well, if you go a whole different way, that's a dangerous route to take because it's then what becomes the conflict, you know, of the story. How are you going to make that interesting? Potentially, it could be very interesting, but will they actually? I don't know. If they do a really good job with it, I might have to amend my whole opinion of Final Fantasy VII Remake. But that's only if they do a really good job with it, which, you know, they very well may not. Do whispers show up and try to stop them? At the end of the highway, the Midgar section, at the end of the highway. Supposedly break free. Oh. That's pretty interesting. See, but you know, like, alright, I like that idea. So, I don't know. A lot of people are kind of outraged by that, huh? That is interesting. It's interesting in how kind of weird and controversial it is. You hope she still dies? Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, if she still dies, then what is the point of the story then? If they're gonna go that way, they almost have to have her not die. Or otherwise there's no point to it. But then there's a couple ways to go from there. Like maybe there's like consequences. Like I don't know if you there's an anime called Steins Gate that's based on a game which I haven't played, but I've watched the anime that is all about time travel in that kind of way. But well, without spoiling anything, Steins Gate, which is a really which is an absolutely amazing anime. And you should watch it, is basically just about kind of how, like, the premise is that it's a bunch of, like, friends who, like, discover time travel, but what they discover is that, when they, at first, it seems like they can change things, they can travel through time and change things to, like, make their lives better, but then what they actually realize is changing things has consequences, and the consequences are too great. I won't say any more than that. But basically, the consequences to their changes are much greater than they thought. Right? So that's one way you could go with that. Like, you could do a story where they save Aerith, but then there's actually, like, it causes much bigger consequences. And then, like, wouldn't it be, I mean, you know, wouldn't it be interesting if they then had to, like, go back and kill Aerith again? Because if they don't, like, it causes, like, their whole world to explode or something. You know, I don't know. Something like that, you know. They could do something like that. I mean, that's just one example, but, like, there's interesting things you could do with that. It's Tifa's memories that are incorrect, not Cloud's. Oh, okay, it's interesting. So I don't know, like, so that's the controversial stuff, huh? I'm glad you told me, like, that's actually way more interesting than I thought it would be, to be honest, based on people's reactions to it. Although I don't know how it's actually done in the game. Like, maybe, I don't know if it's done well or not. I will say this, though. Final Fantasy VII Remake still has a really big problem, as far as I'm concerned, in that, in a lot of ways, the way the story is told is inferior to the PS1 version. Like, I still believe that, based on what I've played. The soundtrack is not as good. It's, like, in my mind, it's just definitive. Like, I've seen enough of the game. I have a firm opinion. The soundtrack is not as good. The soundtrack to Final Fantasy VII, the original one, is just godly. And the remake, some songs, it does a pretty good job of remixing. Other songs, it just, like it loses. There's some really good pieces of music that it just loses. And what it replaces it with is not as good. And I'll also say that I think the gameplay is overall inferior. I think the classic, just turn-based RPG style of Final Fantasy VII is superior for the game. It's superior for delivering the game's story the way that it delivers it. Like, for having a story with all those characters, it just works better. The action game mechanics of the remake game, I just don't think work as well, especially for a game that wants to have, like, a full party of characters. It would have worked better for, like, a game with a single character. That one guy's still sick. Like the guy that was pivotal in that fake rumor about saving Aerith, you mean? A split timeline. So that's almost like a Back to the Future thing. I kind of like that. You know, to be honest, from the sound of it, I feel like I kind of like that. To be honest. I don't dislike that. I think I stopped in the remake right before the Honeybee segment. Like, I was right before that when I stopped playing. So I didn't actually see that. It was a great update to that bit. So I didn't see how they updated it. Yeah, there are multiple people sick in that. That's right, that's right. You hate the new combat? No argument, it's awful. I wouldn't go as far as to agree that it's awful. Like, I don't think it's awful. I actually think it's, like... I actually think that with a few tweaks, the combat in Final Fantasy VII Remake would be pretty good. The main problem with it is just the party. Like, it just doesn't work. Switching back, like, having a party of AI, where the others are AI controlled, and then you're supposed to switch between them, And the weirdness of that, combined with the fact that the AI behaves very strangely, and like the enemy AI, like the enemies all focus in on whoever you're controlling, so it's just very odd. And then it just doesn't. It's just strange. It's weird. It feels weird. It feels overstuffed. You hate split timelines going at the same time? Well, I don't necessarily hate that personally. Aw, man. I'm just throwing my lives away. I don't necessarily hate that, but I think it's very easy to do that badly. I will say that. So it's very possible that it's very, from my point of view, it's very possible that that's something that they could screw up easily. But yeah, I mean, I don't hate the combat of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I just think it's ultimately not very successful, and I think it's not as good as the combat in the original Final Fantasy VII. That's all. It's not as good. Like, I think that the battle system in Final Fantasy VII is a really good standard RPG battle system. Like, it's really good for what it is. The materia system is really cool. It's simple, but there's an elegance to it. It works really well. And the new system, the action system in the remake, is just whatever you want to say about it. Some people think it's fun, but it's not elegant. It's overstuffed. It feels overstuffed. It feels like not apt for what they're trying to do with the game. It's not a good choice. And clearly, I think there's not much argument that the reason there's an action, like, well, maybe there is argument about that. But for whatever reason, they wanted to do Final Fantasy has been going in an action-based path for a long time now, obviously. Ever since Advent Children, this series has been gradually evolving towards from RPG to action. That's fine. I don't. That's, you can have whatever. A lot of people don't like that, and I kind of don't like that. But I've thought that some of the hybrid stuff that's resulted of that has been really interesting, though. A lot of it, actually. Like, Final Fantasy 16 might be the least interesting Final Fantasy that's ever been made. With its combat. Although it doesn't look bad, per se. But, I mean, I don't know. I should probably try it just to form an opinion about the combat. The problem is that Final Fantasy... I don't want to get off on a tangent, but the problem is that Final Fantasy 16, based on what I've seen from watching other people play, like, the story and cutscenes are, like, completely uninteresting to me. But, that's a separate topic. But anyway, what was I... Yeah, what was I saying? So... Wait, let me catch up with the chat for a second, actually. With Zack surviving. AI-controlled party members are really dumb. Well, that's an issue, too, but that's not even the main issue I have with it. The main issue is that... is how... Well, I don't know. There's a couple things that are weird about that battle system, I think. And part of it could just be that I'm not really playing it right, but... Well, Gizmo, the problem with that is that Persona 5 did super well. I mean, there's turn-based RPGs like Octopath Traveler that have been done relatively well, and that doesn't convince. That didn't. And see, like, and I think that the issue is that I think there's this idea that Square thinks that RPGs need to go the route of action because that's some sort of natural evolution, or maybe they just think that that's what will sell better. But I think I'm starting to believe that it's not anything to do with that. Like, I'm not sure I believe that Square believes that. I think there's just somebody at Square who is just it's because of Advent Children. It's because of Advent Children. Ever since Advent Children, the series have been trending in this direction. Somebody at Square got it into their heads that Final Fantasy the natural route should be to become like a video game version of Advent Children. Radon, what's up? Did you call me Maytag? You don't dislike action RPGs? Yeah, I like action RPGs. I like action games with or without RPG elements. I like all kinds of action games. So that's not the issue for me. It's a Devil May Cry with a Game of Thrones plot. Yeah, and the Devil May Cry part is not the part I dislike. It's the Game of Thrones stuff that I don't like about Final Fantasy VI. But I don't want to get into like just hating on Final Fantasy 16 because that's like, it's just kind of boring. Let's not talk about Final Fantasy 16. Umihara is an RPG. Yeah, because you're playing the role of Umihara. Exactly, of course. It's obvious. Why do I keep having stupid deaths on this stage? Radon, how's it going? How was the con? Well, I've talked about it at length already, but to try to make a long story as brief as possible, it was really, really long. Oh my god, watch. Can I survive this? Nope. I did 2 cons in a row, in between which I stayed with my friend, so I was on the East Coast for a long period of time, and it was very tiring. And now I'm back for 1 day, and then tomorrow I leave for Texas again. So and I'm pretty tired, but I got more work to do, so I don't have time to be tired. Square does believe it's natural progression of the times. But the thing is, it's already been proven repeatedly that it's not the natural progression. Oh, I almost forgot Dragon Quest XI. It's definitely not the I think there was a time where some people thought that was the natural progression, but at this point, it's just proven that the natural progression of RPGs is not action. It's not from turn-based to action. Like, that's a myth. Square believes action-based sells better. Hard to say they're wrong. I mean, they're 100% wrong. There's no question about that. I don't know, like, I mean, you could make the argument that if you look at the best-selling games, it's more action-based games than turn-based games, but that doesn't mean a series like Final Fantasy turning action-based is going to make it sell better. You know, I don't think that's the story. I don't think this, like, if somebody believes that the story is what's keeping Final Fantasy relevant is the fact that it's becoming more and more action-based, that clearly just doesn't fit the evidence of what's happened. It's misunderstanding some basic things, I think, about like audience expectations, fan expectations, what fans want. And also Yakuza 7. It's very, very clear that assumptions, like this, I'll say this, you can talk about, I don't think, like, you can get into an argument about, like, or you can try to get into an argument about, like, what ultimately sells better, like action or turn-based games. It's probably action if you want to, like, make that broad argument. But in terms of what can sell well and what can be popular, there's no question that turn-based games can be very popular and can sell well. Like, that's proven. And in fact, like, and I just gave all the examples, like Dragon Quest XI, Yakuza 7, Persona 5, are the major ones, and then some small stuff like Octopath. There's tons of examples of, like, RPG series doing really well, like turn-based stuff doing really well. I don't think that's what's going on. I think that Square just is obsessed. It's just something to do with, like, somebody in Square is obsessed with the idea of Advent Children. of Final Fantasy turning into Advent Children. It's a specific type of game they've been wanting to do, that they've been aiming for. They should make it a shooter, those sell well. Yeah, you know, I mean, like, certain shooter, like, I mean, it's not like the Call of Duty series is, like, that relevant anymore. Like, there was a time when that would have actually seemed to make sense. We as fans care about the legacy more than Square does. It's not even about the legacy. It's like, no, I mean, like, if they made an... I like a lot of the hybrid Final Fantasies that have action stuff. If they made an action-based Final Fantasy that seemed good to me, I would want to play it. The thing that makes me not want to play Final Fantasy 16 is just the fact it's really more just the Game of Thrones stuff. Hey, McCaranice. Sorry, I was kind of distracted. McCaranice rated. Thanks for welcome back. Thank you. I'm only back for one day. It's kind of sad. I'm only back for one day. Tomorrow I've got to leave for Texas. So we're still in the middle of convention heaven here. But I appreciate that nonetheless. That's why I'm doing like a little... I'm doing like a little... I'm not doing Flip Tendo today. I'm just doing like a little cozy stream of just a game that I like. But how are you doing, McCaranice? Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. You know... Probably don't understand why Pixel Remaster aren't selling as much as they'd hope. Well, there could be a lot of reasons why that is. Like, I'm not personally interested in getting the Pixel Remasters. But I'm a unique case. A CRPG, a computer RPG. I don't think I feel like the term CRPG doesn't really mean anything though. Like, I don't think that would be interesting. Like, just to simply make an RPG on computer doesn't really mean anything. They may as well just make it on console. There's like just making Final Fantasy on computer is not important. A CRPG just means a RPG on computer. It's a, I mean, you could say that it means a specific type of RPG where like it's about, like, it looks like Baldur's Gate 3, but... Oh, I mean, I guess that's kind of what you mean, isn't it? You know what I mean? I think I actually just figured out just now what you meant. You're specifically saying... You're referencing Baldur's Gate 3, and you're saying, wouldn't it be interesting if they made something like Baldur's Gate 3, right? Okay, now I get what you mean. But, like, well, it wouldn't do that, though, because... they don't really make games like that, and they probably wouldn't be good at it. And I'm not even sure the people who made Baldur's Gate 3 are good at it. Because I've heard pretty mixed things about that. But it seems some people like it. But I'm not a fan of Baldur's Gate anyway, so, like, I don't have a dog in that fight. Like, I did play Baldur's Gate 2, which is the one that everybody loves. I played it. The main reason I played it is because Jennifer is a really big fan of it, so I wanted to just experience it for myself. And it was interesting. I didn't finish it. I wasn't crazy about it, but there was things about it that I liked. I'm glad that I tried playing it, but I can't say that I loved it, although I didn't hate it either. Ultimately, I would say that Baldur's Gate 2 is just kind of... It's not really for me, but I can see the appeal it has with some people. You know? But... why do I keep... Man, I'm sucking so bad at the normal, like, casual mode stages. It seems to be getting big praise. Well, in the circles that I hang out on, like, on the Discords and circles that I hang out on, I've heard much more mixed reviews. But that could just be... Well, like, you know... And that's mainly... Like, I don't know. It's a self-selected sample, but it's... Like, it's like one Discord of people, like, it's a pretty big Discord of people that, like, talk about retro games a lot, and seemed interested in Baldur's Gate 3, and I've heard mixed things from, like, a small group of people. But it's a small group of people. I wouldn't doubt that reviews... I've heard that review sites have showered a lot of praise on it, though. More of a Divinity fan. Yeah, I did hear it's made by the actual the developers of Divinity Original Sin 2, which is one of those, like, I only know that, I don't know much about that. Like, I think it's like some kind of Diablo like. I think its main thing is just like having like more multiplayer elements and like having more story or something. Like, I don't know. Apollo, what's up, dude? Apollo, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while, Apollo. There's some Umihara going on in the ESA. Was there? Oh, really? What you mean? Like there was an actual run, or you're on a D&D? Yeah, I'm also not very into D&D. I went through a phase where I was super into D&D when I was younger, and I mean like a lot younger, like in my late teens, and I'm 40 now. So I went through like a brief phase where I was super into D&D, and then later I went through a phase where I was running a D&D campaign, but it was heavily modified, and I was the dungeon master, and I was given free reign to basically do whatever I wanted with the campaign. So basically what I did was I turned it D&D into Shin Megami Tensei. And it honestly, like, it was really... I feel like everybody, including me, thought it was, like, pretty fun. But it was a ton of work, though. So I wouldn't really want to do that again. I think Lucha was playing with a few people, and they were trying to learn some tricks. Aw, dude! Apollo, what I wouldn't have given to be in that room with people playing Umihara Kawase and just to, like, help them out, or just watch them, just observe them, or teach them some tricks, or whatever. Or maybe, like, actually just show off a game that I'm really good at for once. Dude, what I wouldn't have given. It would have been amazing. Well, I mean, I wasn't really following ESA that closely, but I watched the stream. I watched the Mario battle stream that you guys all did. So I watched that, which was awesome. And I saw your victory. I saw your victory, Apollo. It was a very, very exciting match, and you got a very, very narrow win over TMR, down to the wire. And you should be proud of that, because TMR is super good at that game. But you really pulled out a victory there. I feel good about that. That was a very exciting match, too. Also, Apollo, somebody has requested that you learn to play Kid Cool. For some reason. I don't know why exactly. I don't know why they're requesting that, but it was mentioned before you got here. Why? I don't know. You run a Kid Clown? I guess that's kind of close. Yeah, I'm going to say that that's close enough. Some fans in the chat may disagree. Alright, let me try to stop sucking at this game a little bit for a second. All I wanted to do was like have like a fun casual run where they played through all the like normal levels. Is that so much to ask? Oh man, I'm fucking this part up now. Hold on. Ah! Let me just try to do this the cheating way. Go fast. It's not that hard to just scale this. I mean, it is kind of tricky, though. It is kind of tricky, honestly. You see that, Apollo? Oh my god, I'm losing lives in an easy stage. It's not even worth it. Fuck, man. Fuck. Just reset the game. Fuck! Fine, I'll just go around the normal way. Fucking... Oh my god. Just start over. Hey, what were we talking about? I don't remember. I'm pretty rusty at the any percent levels. I've got to confess. I'm pretty rusty. The any percent levels I've played more than enough times to be like I can come back with them and I can de-rust pretty fast. But the any percent levels, a lot of rust. Like right now I'm in any percent levels. Like this is just easy, unbelievable simplicity.
playing this level right now. Unbelievable simplicity. But that once I get to this level, though, I go into the door on the right. Then it's like, oh yeah. Plus, I was trying to play through the levels like showing the normal routes, which I'm also not used to. But at this point, I should probably just do the shortcuts, except I'm fucking those up. Well, some of these levels, the shortcuts are like, there's not really good shortcuts either. Unless you like practice them a lot, which I don't. Like, I mean, that's fine. All right, let's talk about Umihara Kawase for a little bit. I know I forgot what we were even talking about. Guys, if there's anything you want to talk about in the chat. Oh yeah, we were talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake because Skittles played it and he didn't like it, and I kind of don't like it that much either. But I'm more mixed on it. I'm more ambivalent. Like, I don't really dislike Final Fantasy VII Remake. I just kind of ambivalent about it. But I actually didn't know about the... Oh, well, I can survive that. I didn't know about the ending of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I had no idea. I hadn't finished it. And when Skittles... He spoiled it for me in the chat, because I asked him to. He explained it. When I heard what the ending was, I actually kind of thought it was cool. Unlike many people, apparently. But I still am pretty ambivalent about that game as a whole, though. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Didn't say didn't like it? What the fuck? You didn't? You said you hate the combat. Okay, Skittles. Oh, hold on a second. But Skittles, I'm sorry. Okay, you're right. You're right. You know what? You're right. But in my defense, when somebody says something like, I hate the... Okay, when somebody says something like, you know, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I hate the combat. Isn't it kind of a natural assumption that they probably don't like the game that much? Like, what? Like, isn't that kind of... I mean, like, finish your sentence then, Skittles. So, what you want to say is what? You hate the combat, but you really like the game? Like, what? So what do you think about it then? Alright, fine, I was wrong. I assumed that when you said you hate the combat, you probably don't like the game. I apologize. Is an RPG only combat? Well, no, but it's a really important part of the game. So if you hate the combat, even if you love the story, I would assume that you would kind of be middling on it at best, you know? So how do you feel about it then? Just tell me. Don't be coy about it. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to, like, assume your opinion and, like, tell it back. I was just trying to, like, I mean, I thought I knew you, man. You're right, I don't remember that, Skittles. You're right. You're absolutely, that's also fair. I completely do not remember that at all. Well, no, I do remember you talking about how you don't like the combat. I do remember that. But I don't remember you ever saying your opinion on the game. I don't remember you ever saying anything positive about it. Skittles, let me just say this, okay? And tell me if this is fair. Or if my memory's bad or something. But from my memory, I do remember you talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I do remember you saying negative things about the combat. I don't remember you ever saying anything positive about the game. Ever. About Final Fantasy VII Remake. 6.5 or 7 out of 10. Okay. So that means, like, what does that mean? Does that mean, like, you're kind of middling about it? Like, you're kind of, it's mediocre to you? Or, well, to me, a 6.5 or 7 would mean a great game. But I'm assuming that your rating scale is a little bit different from mine. They stay very true to the characters in design, voice acting, etc. Okay. And this is all news to me, Skittles. I'm sorry. I don't... If you said this stuff on past streams, then I must have just missed it, or I forgot it, and I might just be an idiot that forgets things. But this is all news to me. I apologize. Midgard's way too bright. So you like all of the story stuff in it, huh? So you like the way the story is told. You like the music. You like the way you like the character designs. You like the added quests, the added quest stuff in the game. You like the do you like that stuff? The atmosphere of the slums is completely different. Well, I mean, the music is also different too. I think that's a function of the music. I was not paying attention. I completely fucked that up. I was not paying attention at all. Yeah, you don't care about music. See, I do. So, to me, the atmosphere of the slums being different has a lot to do with the music being different. Like, the music is very, very inferior. I love the wall market music in the original game. What? Whoa! Big raid. Big raid into my one stream of this week because I'm sorry, Shauna. Shanna. I just died. I'm gonna say your name right. Well, I know that you don't really mind, but I'm gonna say your name right from now on. Shanna Berry Blast. Hello. Well, thank you so much for the raid, and Kev Larson, how's it going? I appreciate it. So what you've just raided here, I just got back from 2 weeks of traveling, doing conventions, anime conventions, selling my books. That's what I do for a living. In case you don't know, I sell my graphic novels at anime conventions. And this is the big season, and I've been going convention crazy. I've been doing I booked a lot of conventions because I've been trying to make money, and I'm in the midst of 7 cons in a row. I just got back from my 5th con. It was in Boston, so I drove back. It was 15-hour drive back, and then I just found out tomorrow I've got to leave and drive another 14 hours to go to Houston, Texas, because that's a 16-hour drive. Well, the reason why I just found that out, I obviously knew that I was going to Houston, Texas this weekend, but what I found out was that it's a 4-day show, not a 3-day show. So I thought I was going to get tomorrow off and leave on Thursday, but I have to leave actually tomorrow, so I only have 1 day to be at home. So this is the 1 day at home stream. Yeah, I know it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. Don't panic. I'll be fine. It's just simply, tons and tons and tons of driving. That's all. What was that death? What was that for the death animation? What do you mean? They died, I guess. I'm gonna work myself to death. As the Japanese say, I'm gonna karoshi. I'm gonna have a death from overwork. Nah, not really. I mean, I'm fine. I'm not gonna have a death from overwork. It's just, honestly, I'm pretty good. Like, I can handle long drives. I'm not really. I do feel tired thinking about it now. I wish I had that 1 extra day at home. I do wish that, but I'll be fine. I'm a good driver. I'm used to doing long drives. But I wish I had like 1 extra day to stream though. That's what I really wish the most. Well, so the thing about that, Radon, is that there's an urban legend about this game that people think that looks like panties. There's some people that will still say to this day, "Oh, dude, her panties are floating down," but it's clearly supposed to be her back. You see how she has a pink backpack? The thing that's floating down is pink. It's supposed to be her backpack floating down, but it kind of looks like panties, so. Sometimes people kind of do a double take when they see it. They're like, why are her panties floating down? But it's her backpack. So don't you worry about it. Yeah, no. I mean, it's clearly her pink backpack. Yeah, so, Shanna, I hope you... By the way, I didn't ask... Shanna, if you're still here, Let me know how your Mike Tyson... Were you Tysoning still? Oh, no, I guess you're doing Big 20 attempts, right? So let us know how your Big 20ing went. You know, the Big 20 this time around, this year, I guess? It's once a year, right? It looks pretty appealing. And I was looking at the list of games and the requirements, which seem very generous this time around. Like, they seem very, like... it's not a lot of, like, beating games straight up. Like, it's a lot of kind of, like, starting from save states, and just, like, doing particular challenges and stuff. And it seems... Well, I guess the word is accessible. Like, it seems very accessible for a Big 20. And also, it's, like, a lot of really good games that people voted on. And I've never participated in the Big 20, because it just... Honestly, it's just because it always seems like too much work. But... This is probably, like, the first Big 20 I've ever seriously... I would seriously consider joining it, if not for the fact that I have so many cons, right? I don't have the time because of conventions. Like, that's the only major thing. If it weren't for that, like, I seriously would consider it. But I just, like, can't really. You got beat up by Ninja Gaiden 2? You're having a hard time typing? Because you got beat up by Ninja Gaiden 2? Well, I'm sorry. Oh, you beat the goal. What is the goal for Castlevania 3? It's not beating the whole... Castlevania 3 beating the whole game is, like, really tough. That'd be a tough one if you had to beat the whole game. But it seems like there's only, like, 1 or 2 games where the requirement is actually beating the game straight up, isn't there? Do I have that right? Save Albacore? Whoops, I fucked that up. Oh, I'm dead. I got crushed. See, it's your backpack. Look, you can clearly see it. Alright, that's how you're supposed to do that. And as usual, I spend a life to get a 1-up. There's like 4 beat the games, but some have help. Help. That's interesting. Yeah, but even only 4, like 4 is a pretty generous number by itself. Like, and then the rest are kind of just like bite-sized challenges. Well, I mean, they're not necessarily easy. There's still like a lot of hard stuff. But compared to other Big 20s, has there ever been a Big 20 this accessible? Like for someone just to like kind of, in terms of like the amount of practice you have to do? It feels like not. Plus, a lot of the games are games that people would tend to know. Like, I know, well, I mean, part of it is that I know, like, all those games, for the most part. So, I mean, that's kind of part of it, but... Oh, great. Alucard. You say Albacore? I never really thought about how I say Alucard, or Alucard. I guess I just say I guess I say... Alucard? Or I don't even know if I say Alucard or Alucard. I have no idea what is the right way to say it. And I don't know if I care that much. I guess I usually say... Hello? Sure.
You're streaming, right?
Yeah, I am. What is it?
Rum.
What?
Do you have any rum left?
I do. You're welcome. Sorry, guys. My father needs rum. I should have tried the shortcut here.
Hey.
No problem. Alright, you enjoy that.
Thank you. And thank you to all your friends I know.
I will. Alright, he says thanks for the rum. He wants you guys to know that. Yeah, by the way, speaking, as I've mentioned many times throughout this stream, this is my one day at home before I have to run off to conventions again.
So I've done 5 in a row. This weekend will be the 6th convention in a row at Anime Matsuri, and that's in Houston, Texas. So I've got to do I got to start my 16-hour drive to Houston, Texas tomorrow. Unfortunately, one day. Yeah, this is the one day at home stream. But why am I saying that again? Oh, I lost my train of thought. I was saying that for a reason. Oh, yes. Of course. The point I was going to... So, what I want to say is this. I can't stay up late. I can't stay up late tonight. It's 10:30. I definitely shouldn't stay up till probably even mid. I probably need to make this kind of a shorter stream. That's what I need to say to you guys right now. So, I'm just gonna let you guys know that I probably will only stream another hour at most. Maybe I'll only do another half hour because, like, I really should. Hey, Ripsa, what's up? Hey, it's good to see. Man, and it's kind of too bad because, like, the gang is all here right now, and it's like it's a great. Oh, I did the same thing again. This level keeps fucking me up. It's not a hard level. Oh my god, whatever. I should just go back to doing speed runs so I can show you guys that I don't suck at this game. The problem is that, yeah, as I said, I'm rusty at like everything that's not the any percent route. Well, anyway. Do you mirror your dad personality-wise? I think we're pretty different actually, Radon. Skittles, that is pretty funny. The rum situation is taken care of. Like how Skittles is a mod. Yeah, Skittles... Ripsta, I don't know if you know this. You probably don't know this, Ripsta. But Skittles heavily resisted the idea of being a mod here for a long time. And the only reason he's a mod is as he says, is for managing the quote bot. That's the only reason. But the idea of Skittles being a mod is pretty funny. I think it's funny to Skittles most of all. So Skittles, to be clear, how do you feel about Final Fantasy VII Remake again? So it almost did the same thing 3 times in a row. Skittles, if I need to tell people how you feel about Final Fantasy VII Remake, what do I say? With global warming, just is more important than ever. It's true. You see the gold button on the back of the bag now for the... Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. That gold button is there. There you go. You feel asleep? Okay, Skittles. You see, on the one hand, you chastise me for, like, saying that you don't like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Then when I ask you, how do you feel about it? You're, like, super, super coy. Oh, well, I don't need to tell you that. Alright, Skittles. So I guess I just shouldn't talk about you and Final Fantasy VII Remake in the same breath, huh? I'll just, whatever. Let's just, we don't need to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just, I had never actually heard what the ending was to the game. And now that I hear it, I actually think it's kind of cool. And maybe I'll finish playing it one of these days. I don't know. Oh, you did give, that's true, Skittles. You did give me a rating. That's true. Whatever. Let's talk about something else. Guys, what do you guys want to talk about now? I bet there's many of you in the stream who don't care at all about Final Fantasy VII Remake, so we gotta talk about something else. You guys want to talk about why Umihara Kawase is secretly, like, the best game of all time? Do you want to talk about that? Oh, man. Stop doing that! Let me just kill you real quick. Alright, that's better. So that guy will despawn, so I don't care about him as much. As soon as he stops stunning me. Oh my god. No, stop spawning in that spot. Okay, that's fine. A lot of people, one thing people kind of don't like about this game is the respawns and enemies. It can be very annoying. The more you learn how to play this game well, the less the respawns matter. Because when you're playing through the levels quick, the respawns are mainly an issue when you don't know what to do and you're playing kind of slowly. When you learn the levels better and you play through the game quicker, the respawns become less and less of an issue because you're outpacing them. Also, you can block them, And the funny thing about respawns in this game is that they only last for like 2 seconds, and then they despawn immediately. It's a really weird system. It's not really one of the better things about the game, but I don't know. It doesn't bother me about the game at all. I just see it as like a quirk. It's a quirk. It's just simply a quirk of the game, and I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me. You played like 5 minutes of the demo? Well, I played a lot more than that, Ripsta, and my opinion on it is a very solid. Well, it's a very not so solid 6 out of 10, I guess. No, I knew I was gonna die there. It's a not so solid kind of 6 out of 10. Oh man, you're right. Where is Mr. Leo? All these people are here. We got raids, and Mr. Leo's not even. Mr. Leo, we're calling you out specifically because the Final Fantasy VII talk was your fault, so you gotta apologize. Just kidding. You don't. Man, I keep fucking this part up. But the problem is I can't shortcut here. Like, shortcutting up this little wall is extremely difficult. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So I'd rather just do this. But like, this isn't that hard. Just fucking it up is all. I'm gonna not fuck it up this time. Like, this is all you have to do. It's just a rhythm thing. It's fine. Once you get that far, then you made it. It's fine. Alright, guys. What do you guys want to talk about? Is there any... You guys want to talk about any new games? You guys want to talk about any old games? You want to talk about the Big 20 some more? I don't know if I finished my thought from before, which is basically just that this would have been the first Big 20 that I would have really wanted to do, but I'm not going to be able to do it, though. Oh, did you see that respawn there? That could have killed me so easily if I wasn't like... If I didn't have... But the reaction time was... Sometimes you just have to pay attention. Oh, it's the fish! Alright, this is the boss. The flying fish boss here. I need to be aware... I need to remember my strats. So I don't die. I'm probably gonna die here, but that's okay. Or maybe not, I don't know. I'll probably die at least once. Kind of hard boss. And I'm rusty. So we do that, and then I jump down here. And then we start collecting. Oh, man, I should have survived there. It sucks. Talk about Baldur's Gate 3. Who here... How about that? Let's do a quick poll. Who here cares about Baldur's Gate 3, and who doesn't care about Baldur's Gate 3? I kind of don't care about Baldur's Gate 3, but I don't really like Baldur's Gate 1 or 2. I looked at it. It's by the Divinity Original Sin guys. I don't know that much, but I get the impression I probably wouldn't like Divinity Original Sin either. But I don't really know for sure. But it's a particular kind of... You know, the Baldur's Gate games are a particular kind of RPG that some people really, really like. You know? And I've always thought that I don't hate them either. You know, the thing about the Baldur's Gate games is that I've always found them kind of interesting in how they're... Now, you guys just stop me if you don't want me to talk. If you don't want me to talk about Baldur's Gate, I don't have that much to say about it, but if you're free, if you're free to just go blind. I don't know. Yeah, alright, that's... Well, I don't know. All I was gonna say about Baldur's Gate was I've always thought it was interesting how it's essentially like an RTS engine. It's an RPG grafted onto an RTS engine. Which, I'm not even saying that as a criticism, I actually just think that's kind of interesting. But it is a very weird game to play. I think it has some interesting similarities with like Star Ocean 2. But Star Ocean 2 is a game that I prefer much, much more. And that's all I really have to say about Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. I don't have much to say about Baldur's Gate 3, because it's kind of a... I've only watched like a little bit of video about it. But anyway, yeah, that's you know. But does anybody here like really, really care about it? Just curious. Super cool, but I'm too lazy to play it. You probably say that about all the games, Apollo. You probably say that about every video game.
No opinion in the series? It's valid to have no opinion. I would like to play it. Love the originals and Divinity. Oh, so you love... And yeah, if you love the originals and you love Divinity, then it would seem to make sense that it's a game you should play. You're with Apollo? Oh, that's funny. That's funny, though. It seems like a game I would love, but I'm too lazy. You think you won't like it? You probably won't. It's one of those kind of games you won't know how they work. Well... I don't really know. I'm just not super... I don't know if I would hate it, per se, but I don't think... I'm just not super interested. It's one thing to say... I'm not super interested in it, and it's another to say that, like, it's another to say that, like, I think I would hate it. There's games that I think I would hate, and that's not one of them.
But there's a lot of games I'm just like...
There's a lot of... The problem is there's too many video games that I really, really want to play. And I never have enough time. That's the problem. So stuff that I'm... There's also games that I'm not really sure if I would like, but I kind of want to play them just simply because they're, like, very well-known or famous, and I want to have opinions on them. Like, I'll give you an example. A big example for me would be something like... what is that game called again? So, I mean, you obviously don't know until I tell you. Half-Life. Like, I sort of get the impression that I probably wouldn't care for Half-Life that much. I don't know, really. But it's really not... I'm not that interested in playing it, honestly. Except for the fact that it feels like a game that would be cool to have an opinion on. So I kind of want to play it for that. Like, there's some games that... There's a few games that are like that. But for the most part, I have no shortage of games I want to play. You know what I mean? But I also actually play video games, unlike Apollo and Ribsta, apparently. I don't know if that's a burn or just an accurate statement. I have no idea. I guess I'll go for this one up here. Let's see if it's a death trap. Probably is. Was that a burn, Apollo, or is that just, like, pure accurate? I don't know. Oh, this clam isn't... Okay, oh, he despawned. That's good. Oh, that... I'm surprised. I got out of that death trap pretty efficiently there. See, this is what I wanted. I wanted to just do, like, a full casual run of the game where I'm playing kind of the longest route on purpose to just see as many levels as possible. And I'm finally getting that now. Even though I'm not really playing that great, I'm finally, like, getting to, like, the later level from the early levels. I could have got to this level much, much quicker if I would have, like, took some of the warps. But it's kind of cool to, like, play through the game the longest route and get this far, which I very rarely do when I play this game. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just fucking around, just having fun. Black Mesa. Yeah. Well, see, I would still, when it comes to stuff like that, especially like well, I was gonna say when it comes to important games, but really it's just kind of every video game. I always want to experience the original first. Oh shit, let's just scale this wall. You know what? Scaling this wall is honestly not that hard. You just have to do it fast before that clam spawns down at the bottom. This one should despawn eventually.
He should despawn. I think. He's not fucking despawning, dude. What the fuck? Okay.
Alright, maybe I can kind of hook him from here. Oh, there we go. Alright, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Whatever. So that's why I quickly go down. I want to quickly go down to this corner to block his spawn, because I know he could spawn there. There we go. And then it's home free. Black Mesa. Yeah, it's one of the Baldur's Gate 3. I hear about it in like the few retro gaming discords that I frequent. It's a really a lot of people are talking about it right now, so it's kind of hard to escape hearing about it if you like are among anybody who like plays retro games. Well, I mean, like, well, I guess there's like a lot of... Well, it's interesting because that's a particular game where there's like a lot of crossover between like retro people and modern people, I suppose. Far Cry. Yeah, Far Cry is another one
that could be like that, but for me, I don't know. Far Cry is not quite in the same category for me, because I just feel it doesn't feel as important as Half-Life, but maybe to some people it is. I don't know. As far as FPS games go, what I want to play is like more. Well, the thing that I really want to do the most is replay the classic ones from my youth that I haven't played in a long time. I want to replay Wolfenstein 3D. I want to play Doom and Doom 2. I want to replay Duke Nukem 3D, and I want to replay Quake 1. I really want to replay all those games at some point. Man, this is an easy stage, and my lives are running out here. I'm on my last life now. No more deaths. That's it. I'm gonna play like good. I'm gonna start playing good now. Hold on. I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna play good. That's it. No more Mr. Nice Flip. Oh, dude, we got a burn on Apollo and Ribsta in a quote, immortalized in the quote bot. You guys should be honored. Good for you guys. Oh, dude, no, but that was my last life. That's unfair. Because that was that's unfair because it's inconvenient for me, obviously. Ow, dude. Now let's just do one more run. Should I just warp now? It's stupid to play through all these levels again. Let's just warp. I'm gonna warp now. I don't know. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll take the alternate route. There's an alternate route you take that like takes you through some different stages, but takes you ultimately to the same place. Let's take that route now. That's fun. That's a fun thing to do in this game. Set to try to. I think I remember like the best way to do it. You're not a wait, Kev Larson. That's wait. It's add quote Kev Larson. I don't think Kev Larson has ever added a quote. Kev Larson is apparently a mod here. Kev Larson, did you know that you're a mod here? You can add quotes. That's pretty cool. I had no idea you were a mod. That's awesome, Kev Larson. Congrats on that. There you go. Probably the first ever Kev Larson added quote to the quote box. So that's pretty cool. And it's a good one too. That's actually a really good one. I like that one. I like Skittles. I actually play video games unlike Apollo and Ribsta. Apparently, I don't know if that's a burner or just an accurate statement. I like both of those. Alright, dude, which way do we want to go? Well, we should definitely go on the left path here, because... So yeah, I don't know. So what we were talking about Baldur's Gate 3 because I asked you guys what to talk about and somebody said Baldur's Gate 3, right? Anybody got any other suggestions? I think Baldur's Gate 3 has run its course. We are now in free topic time. You guys, anybody can now propose a topic, and that's what we're going to talk about. Anyone. Get in. Right now. Centipedes? So, like, alright, should we talk about the classic arcade game Centipede? Or should we talk about the insect? Is it an insect? Well, first of all, is Centipede actually an insect? Oh, shit, was that the right way? Wait. Oh, maybe I fucked up. Wait, hold on a second. Well, I have to go. Well, the whole. You know what? We can. No, that's okay. We can do some interesting things from this route. I'm not going to take the any. So the any % route is this route I'm doing right now. I kind of just do it unconsciously when I'm not paying attention. The usual any % route here is to go through this door in the middle here. But let's try to go for the hard door. Let's go for the hard door. And I'll probably like die doing it, but let's just try. I think I remember the strat to do it. So first I've got to lure this guy to the left. So just got to kind of sit here. And we need to lure him one more time. So that door behind that giant seahorse's head is one of the harder doors to get to in the game. Not the hardest, but definitely among the harder. Let's say that. And I just fucked it up. I didn't even get to the hard part. Do you think Starfield will end up being like No Man's Sky? So, okay, you know what, Kev Larson? Good question. I've got a counter question for you. What is Starfield again? So I've heard Starfield is a game. I've heard people talk about that game like, oh man, I don't know. Are you gonna play Starfield? I don't know. I'm really looking forward to Starfield. Are you looking forward to Starfield? I'm not. I think I'm not really looking forward to it. Oh really? I'm really looking forward to it. I think it might not be good. I've heard some of that talk, but you know what? I have no clue what Starfield is. Like absolutely no clue. Is it like No Man... I kind of know what No Man's Sky is a little bit. Is it like that? Is that what it is? Is that what Starfield is? Is it just No Man's Sky Mark II? Because that seems like it wouldn't be promising, but I don't know. Bethesda game. Oh, it's a Bethesda game. Oh. Skyrim in space. Okay, I see. I see. Yeah, that's what people say, Radon, and I don't believe. I think that my opinion on No Man's Sky is whatever issues they solve and make people like it. I'm pretty sure those are not. If I were to play the game, I would have my own very unique set of issues, and I have a feeling my unique set of issues probably not solved. Probably not solved, but I don't know. I don't know that much about the game. Maybe you should try it one day and find out. Yeah, that centipede discussion. Skittles, my centipede discussion. Here's my centipede discussion. Centipedes are insects, right? Are they technically classified as insects? I believe they are, but you know what? You let me know, Skittles. Let me know in the chat. I'll wait for your answer. That's all I want to know about centipedes. Okay. So the first step is to lure that guy over to the left. Second step is I gotta get over to the right now. I can go ahead and go through here. Or no, maybe I can't. Maybe I have to go underneath. Is that making him move over to the right? Maybe I have to go underneath. I'm not sure actually. You can play Starfield on your Microsoft Xbox Series X video console machine. Oh, really? Okay. I haven't been able to get into any Elder Scrolls games. Yeah, I've only really tried Skyrim and I didn't like it at all. Oh no, I've tried Skyrim and Fallout 4. So I've only tried the more modern Bethesda games. But, it kind of seems like there's sort of like two tiers of Bethesda fans. Well, like, I mean, there's, when it comes, well, wait, Fallout is Bethesda as well, right? Or am I getting that wrong? But like, there's people. Okay, so there's people who like the more modern Elder Scrolls games, and there's people who say stuff like the modern Elder Scrolls games are garbage. You got to play like Arena and what are the early ones? There's like Arena. There's like Riverwind Dale or something, and there's like Morrowind. And actually, the one I've heard from like the Elder Scrolls purists that I've heard talk about, like, I think that they all say that Morrowind is like the true Elder Scrolls. So it does kind of make me wonder a little bit. I definitely know that the modern Bethesda, the modern Elder Scrolls, not for me. Daggerfall. Oh yeah, that's the second one. Not Icewind Dale. That's like a totally different game. Arthropods. Are arthropods insects? Would those issues be any way related to the launch problems? I think probably not, Radon. Yeah. Yeah, Skittle. There you go. Skittles explained it. The human millipede. That's a... Fallout 3 and 4 is Bethesda. Oh, it's only 3 and 4 is Bethesda. I did not realize that about Fallout. Huh. Well, who is Bethesda? Who did Fallout 1 and 2? But Bethesda did all. Did Bethesda do all the early Elder Scrolls games? So they did, though, right? And Fallout New Vegas, since it follows the gameplay structure of 3. But people like New Vegas, though, right? Morrowind is probably the best one. Yeah, see, that's what I've heard. So I think that I shouldn't really fully judge Elder... Like, I don't think I know how I really feel about Elder Scrolls until I probably played Morrowind. I should play Morrowind. I don't know if I would like it. I very well may not like it. But I should. That's the one I should probably play, right? Oh, shit, what do I do here? I'm trying to remember. This... Oh, I was... And then quickly get in. Oh, okay, that's what I do, but I fucked it up. I fucked it up. Yeah, I fucked it up. I almost had it. I almost remembered. Well, let's just try it again. Interplay. Yeah, and then there's also, like, Fallout fans who are only fans of 1 and 2. Like, that exists as well. Like, retro Fallout fans. And honestly, like, I know I don't care for Fallout 4. I don't know about, like, 3 or New Vegas. Who knows what I would think of that? What I think of those? But I feel like, if anything, the ones I'm likely to like would be, like, 1 and 2. I don't know. I like the concept of post-apocalyptic RPG, in theory. But here's the problem, though. Like, the style of RPG that's, like, CNC, like, people who, like, talk about, choices. I don't give a shit about choices in video games at all. What I want out of a story in a video game is just a linear story that tells a story, like one story. That's what I want. Like a few choices that maybe like create some different ending paths or whatever is fine. That's cool. Or some different routes or whatever is fine. But the thing that I hate the most, well, no, that's being hyperbolic. Here's what I don't like. Here's what I don't need. I do not need a story where like one person talks and then my character just stands there and there's like a choice. There's like a list of 4 choices and I pick my dialogue thing, which probably affects nothing. But even if it does, I don't care. And then the other person talks and then I pick my little things of what I'm going to say. I don't ever want that in any video game ever. This is why I tend to not like BioWare stuff and modern like computer RPGs. Although older computer RPGs are not necessarily always like that, you know. So I quickly go up like this. And then I fucked it up again. Dude, it's pretty hard. You gotta be really fast. So, like, now I basically can't get in that door. I can't get in. I have to go back around. Well, I can now try to lure him into this side. Well, yeah. I gotta lure him to the right now and then try to go in from the left. Or just die. It's fine, too. New Vegas is great. Yeah, I've heard nothing but positive things about New Vegas. But that is Bethesda, right? So that's interesting. Oh, it was developed by Obsidian. But at the end of the day, they needed to make it some... Oh, okay, that's interesting. What's your take on Fallout 76 then? Well, I mean, nobody else likes it, so why would I? I don't know. If I'm gonna play a Fallout game, I'm gonna go for the ones that like have fans, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever need to have a take on Fallout 76. So Fallout is not for you at all? Not necessarily. Oh, is it not for me? You think so? Is that how the early Fallouts are? I mean, maybe not. I don't know. But maybe the aesthetic or the music or something about the music or aesthetic I'll find really appealing though. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Fans of the mechanic you just said. Right. Is that how Fallout 1 and 2 are? Yeah, but well, I mean, even if the story is like that, I mean, like, wait. Oh shit, I forgot. Okay. I've got to lure him on the left side. I still have I just will have you guys know that I am good at this game. I still have my legendary stream that I did one time, where I did a full 100% clear of every room in the game in one stream over like the course of 8 hours. Well, not that that's like any kind of speed record or anything. I'm sure there's people out there who could do that faster, but I think that not many people have done a full 100% room playthrough of the game like in one stream. So I think that's pretty good. I'll just take a second to brag about that while I'm like busy sucking at this game currently. Oh, I mean, this is a really hard door to get to, and I'm like pretty rusty at the game, so it's not really a surprise that I'd be dying here a lot. But I'm just trying to get this now for fun, basically. But I almost had it before. I mean, I think I can get it. Do this, do this, do this. Go up really fast. Need to quickly... Oh, these fucking seahorses keep blocking me, though. You know what I think I'm doing wrong? Okay. You know what I think I'm doing wrong? I need to go as far to the left as possible, then go up. Then I need to go down very, very quickly and get to the door. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I need to be faster and more to the left. I can do it. I can do it. Oh, well, there goes a lot. I could do this. Maybe I won't. Alright, guys. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, Kev Larson. Yeah, it's like Life is Strange. Oh, yeah. Well, that's another game that... That's a game that I'm very, very positive I would hate for many reasons, but we don't need to go into that. But, I mean, if you like it, I'll just apologize right now, I guess. But... Yeah, no, but that's... Yeah, I think... Yeah, it's a role-playing game. It's like it's a way of like some people just really like the idea of like role playing their characters, I guess. And so it's interesting because it's at that point it's not really about telling a story, it's more about like having situations happen where you can like have chances to like do character stuff with your character, right? And then in a way a story kind of comes out of that. But, and like I get that, but I've never found that interesting. I mean, I kind of can understand why other people would find it interesting. I just don't find it interesting at all. I also, I've never, like, I've never really, how should I say? I guess I've just, I've never cared about the idea of role-playing, I guess, that much. There's a type of role-playing that is very appealing to me, which is like comedy role-playing, like improv. But when it comes to like RPGs, I'm not really interested in acting out like a story by well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it just, well, you can kind of get into the weeds with, you're with me on that? Here's the thing about that. I mean, it's an interesting topic. I'm not, you know, I'm not meaning to come off critical, but there's different ways to think about it, I think. So like, the problem is, what that essentially comes down to is it's a simulation of a pen and paper role-playing game where you get to actually make real choices, right? That's really what it is. Like those kind of games that have like all these multiple choice answers and they're very heavy focused on role-playing your character. Those are trying to be like simulations of real-life Dungeons and Dragons. But the problem is it's all illusion of choice. So it really just comes down to how much you know that, how much you're aware of that, and how much you care. Because you can kind of go through it and think, oh, I'm making all these choices, and not be aware of how much of it really doesn't affect anything. Or you can be aware of it and not really care. You can still get something out of it. There's the experience of like, you know, picking the right dialogue that my character would say is somehow is like gratifying.
I don't feel that. So I don't really, I don't get that in that way. Like, I just don't feel that sense of satisfaction from picking, like, the right. But, like, also, like, to me, even if I did, like, to me, what video games offer just isn't good enough. Because it's like, you're not picking the dialogue of your character, the writer is. The writer's giving you multiple choice, and you're picking their choices. And maybe it's just because, like, I'm a weirdo, but the choices that the writer picks are never what I want to pick. I can extremely enjoy either. That's kind of my thing about it. Get it! Oh, dude, I did it. I did it on my last life. I got. There you go, guys. This is my tutorial video on how to get in that door. And by the way, the only reason to go in that door is if you really want to do 100% playthrough of the game and clear every room, because there's no reason to come in this room. If you want to get, even if you want to get like all the ending routes, you don't need to come in here. The only reason to come in here is if you want to like do every room like 100%, which I do. Hey, thanks, Kev Larson. This is like a personal problem for real. What? It sounds like a person. Does it? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Me? What does? Alright. This stage is fun. It's even though there's never really any real reason to go to this stage unless you're 100%ing the game. It's too bad though, because this is a pretty fun stage, because this is the only stage in the game. Here, this is just cool. Let's just point this out for a second. This is the only stage in the game with a breaking bridge mechanic. No other stage in this game has a breaking bridge. But this bridge breaks. So watch this. Whoa! And you can grab on the bridge like that and get tossed around. It's pretty fun. And if I want to, I can try to climb up the bridge now with my grappling hook. Except I don't really need to. I can just like grab on this wall on the right side. Is probably better. But yeah, I don't know. It's a neat little detail on this stage that only exists in this room that most people will never see. It's really hard to even get in this room. It's too bad that that mechanic isn't in another room. The dislike for multiple choice and not feeling to be aligned with any of the options provided. Well, I mean that's true to an extent. It is a personal problem in the sense, but I think, and also it could be a personal problem in the sense that, aside from me being like maybe more eccentric with the choices I would want to make or more specific, it's also a problem in that I'm less willing to like go a lot, like, you know, like if I really wanted to role play my character, you know, I guess there's like a certain kind of, well, okay, so like you look at the choices and none of them are exactly what you want. I mean, look, it's not just me. You kind of get it. It's not just, well, I am a writer, so that might have something to do with it. But I think it's not just me. Like, there's no human being who are going to look, who like, there's going to always be a perfect choice for them. Like, you're kind of making sacrifices, right? You're kind of looking at the list, and there's always going to be times where there's not really a choice you want to pick. Or what's your idea of what to say is not on that list. That's always going to happen. That doesn't matter who you are. But some people are more willing to go along with that. Well, none of these are really good, but I guess this one is the best one. And then there's the whole problem of you have no idea what the consequences are of your choice, which I guess is true in real life as well, so it's not unrealistic. But also there's some games where like you don't get to see, you like pick a general choice and the character says something different, and it's like, how is that even, that doesn't even make any sense. Like the Mass Effects are like that, right? Like they're all like that, I believe. They never really understood. Maybe I should try to get this one up over here. Oh, I'll just die. Okay. Oh man, it's so rare to get to that stage too. But oh well. Oh man, I should stop my stream now, but we're having a good conversation. Something isn't but thou must. Yeah, but it's just like from my perspective, I see the but thou musts more than, it seems like but thou must. It's like it's not that different from But Thou Must in the sense that those choices just aren't really relevant to anything except they're just. But I mean, like, I don't know, it feels that way to me. Doesn't ruin the vibe. Well, it all comes down to what you're used to. I just don't like it. I don't like games that have that. So that's one reason why I don't gel with most modern, with any modern Western developed RPG or computer like RPG that's made in like by either like some Western company, like some American or British or whatever company. Oh yeah, I mean, but then that's an additional problem as well. Yeah, I don't know. I just like those aren't for me. But the cool thing about like older computer RPGs is they're not always like that, and sometimes they do more often have linear stories. So when it comes to like computer or like Western developed RPGs, there's more hope for me in like the older ones. Like I like wizardry games. Now to be fair, the wizardry games that I like are generally Japanese ports of the games. Because like the actual Apple II wizardry games are just too primitive even for me. But the Japanese ports of them that like spruce up the graphics and add cool music, because the original ones don't even have music, I like those. I think they're kind of awesome. I think I think there's a chance I might like some of the early Might and Magics as well. You know, I don't know. And some of those, I don't know. There's some others like along those lines I might like, I think. So it's really, I think it's the BioWareification of Western RPGs that it, like that maybe among certain other things that kind of like prevents me from getting into like the later ones. So I probably wouldn't like Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I watching it for like a half hour was like enough to know it's not for me. That's fine. Yeah. We've all seen the doubt meme from LA Noire. Like, I've seen that. Japan loves wizardry. Well, no, I think Japan still loves wizardry. They still, but they love wizardry. I don't know if they still, like, specifically love wizardry, the series, but they love grid-based dungeon crawlers. Like wizardry. Wizardry is the progenitor of those games. You know? I'm not playing, by the way, that's just a demo. There you go. We played through 2 wizardry games for Cliptendo. It's just me, like, if you like that kind of thing, there's nothing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just trying to explain why I don't like it. There's nothing wrong with following invasive questions. Yeah, no, I get that. Like among the sea of choices that you're deluged with in those kind of games, there are choices you make that are actually like really impactful or whatever on the story and are cool, and cool things can come from them. No, I get that. And sometimes that's true of like Japanese RPGs as well. Like there's Japanese RPGs that have choices you make that really heavily impact the story. And I don't dislike that. I don't dislike when there's choices in RPGs that like as long as the story paths are all interesting. Sometimes it's in the form of like a bad ending and a good ending. And I don't really mind that sucks in a certain way because like the real story is the good ending. So if you go along the bad ending route, then you're not really getting. But on the other hand, it's kind of cool because if you go, it's like I don't know. It's like when I played Persona 1 as a kid, I didn't even know that I was making certain choices. There's certain dialogue choices you make throughout the game, and you don't really know if they do anything. You don't realize that there's certain specific ones that impact the ending, and if you go along the bad ending route, you miss like half the game. So when I played Persona 1 as a kid, I had no idea that I was missing half the game, and I thought the ending was just shitty. And then I came back to it later, and I realized, or I found out somehow that I had missed half the game, and I went back to it, and it was like really, really cool to find out there was like so much more to the game that I didn't know about. Well, I mean, if you look at that, it's easy to see how you might look at that in a different kind of way where that might piss you off. I'm sure many people would be, especially today we tend to be more pissed off about that kind of thing because we want all the content now. We demand it. And if the game doesn't give us all the content now, then fuck it. Right? Like that's the, but like back in those days, it was a little bit different. And I was, I was different. And, that was the kind of thing was more normal. But like, but I still like, even though the ending, see, the thing is like, I really like Persona 1. I just thought it was weird that it had such a shitty ending. So like when I heard that there was so much more, like I got really excited to go back and play it again. So that really worked well for me. But I mean, I don't know. There's some Japanese games that have like different routes depending on, as long as all the routes have serve some kind of purpose and aren't just there for the choice of giving you like choice for the sake of choice, then I like it. But it does kind of, I don't like, I don't need the role-playing stuff. That's just me. And that's why I tend to mostly care about Japanese RPGs. But I will go outside of that. I will explore outside of that, occasionally. I mean, for me, the computer RPGs that I find the most interesting is like the old school ones, like Wizardry and Might and Magic, like I said. But I like the Japanese ports of them better than the originals. Persona 5 again to see the new content in Royal? I might. Never say never. I wouldn't be... Like, Persona 5 is awesome. So I wouldn't be opposed to playing through it again. I might one day. It's just, I don't know if I could, I really want to replay Persona... Speaking of Persona 1, I really want to replay... this is just I really should probably stop streaming soon. So you know what we're going to do? Let's just look at footage of Persona 1 on PS1. I wonder if I can find footage of Persona 1, the Japanese version. Because that would be the best. That's what I really want to play through. Oh, let's look at the commercial. The commercial's on here. Hold on. Let's just look at the commercial. I don't think I've seen this. Oh, there's two of them. So she's saying, okay, so by the way, I think she's saying I am a devil, or I have a devil inside me, or I am a devil. And then I think the second part is something like, I like it. I think she's saying I have the devil inside of me and I like it, I believe. It should make sense. Atlas. Here, let's just watch the commercial again. The Final Palace is pretty good. Like the new one they came up with. Yeah, Yeah, I do want to see that. Maybe I'll just watch a video of it though, Mr. Leo. Like, that's good enough, isn't it? I played Persona 1 on PSP as well. I prefer the PS1 version. It's supposed to be the best because they fix all the bad port stuff. But it's actually not the best. See, yeah, you know what? Let's look at footage of that. It's not though. Let's look at Persona 1. It does have improvements, but it also has downgrades, is the problem. So overall, it's kind of tricky to pick what is the best one. I do love the new intro. Man, the new intro is so good. Wait, let's look at the old intro versus the new intro. How about just that? Because I might prefer the new intro, but the old intro kind of suits the game better, is the problem. I don't know. Let me just try a long play when I was a kid. Yeah, I know. Well, I guess I would have been in my teen. I would have been a teenager when I first played this game, maybe. Where's the PS1 version? There we go. Revelations Persona was the Americanized name. Yeah, I do think it was inspired directly by stands from JoJo. It has to be. It has to be. So here's the original PS1 version. I mean, this kind of gives you a sense for how different the versions are in certain ways, like with the soundtrack and presentation. Well, I mean, mainly the soundtrack. The soundtrack is the main offender in the PSP version because the soundtrack is so different. And the soundtrack, it's not bad. It's actually really good, but the problem is it's much, much less diverse, and it lacks the atmosphere of the original soundtrack.
So here's the original intro, Persona 1. In the English version, which is close enough. It's pretty much the same thing as the Japanese version. Was I dreaming that I was the butterfly? Or was the butterfly dreaming that it was me? You know if there's a difference. So, I mean, it's a cool quote. And it thematically relates to the game, so it's cool. It's cool to start the game like that. It's a very classy way to like start a video game. And then it's very subtle, it's very classy, it's very atmospheric, this intro. Like, it's a cool intro. It does have a little bit of silliness. I mean, it's also kind of like low budget. It's a little bit low budget too, so that's what. It's just like these still shots with like that are obviously like, you know, Photoshop still shots, and then just kind of a blur effect. It's kind of like very low budget intro. You might even say low effort, but I think it's cool though. I don't think it's low effort. I think it's actually a really cool intro. The music here is just like a slow piano version of like the main villain's theme song, which is completely lost in the remake, unfortunately, because they took out theme songs from the remake for the PSP version. The PSP version, the original version of this game, this version has theme songs for all the characters. The PSP version does not, because it has much, much less music. Yeah, I guess butterflies are kind of in all of them. Okay, wait guys. Here comes the 3D. Here comes the 3D. This is a very early PS1 game, by the way. Oh man, be impressed by the... Look, it's 3D. The school turned into the blocks on the table. Wait a second. Some symbolism. The blocks collapsed. I'm sensing symbolism. It's actually kind of silly. Well, I mean, it's subtle in its approach, but it's also kind of hammy with that very silly symbolism there. But it's a really cool intro anyway. Like for the atmosphere of the game, like that's a great intro. Okay, it's a great. Now let's look at Okay, here's the thing. Like that intro is cool, but also a little bit silly, and it's like kind of this. But this intro is just awesome. This intro, it also, even though like it doesn't quite suit the atmosphere of the game, I think it does suit the game pretty well. Honestly, this intro is like super good. It's probably the best thing about the PSP remake. This intro. It's so good. I think it's extreme. But you guys tell me which one you think is better. The song is amazing too. And you get it shows off some of like the new. This game also has new cutscenes. It only has a few of them. It's not that big of a deal, but it has some new 3D rendered cutscenes as well. It's so cool, dude. It's so cool. Such a cool intro. I bet Skittles is gonna say they're both shit. I'm gonna predict the opinions. But I feel like most of you guys would prefer this intro as well, because they both have their. I agree. They both have their merits. I agree. This intro leans a little bit too heavily on just footage from the new FMV cutscenes. We'll say that. But it has really cool imagery, and the song is amazing. And you know why? It's because of this dude. Let's just stop for a second. This is the composer. This guy is not the music composer of the original. He's the music composer since Persona 3, 4, and 5. So his style of music is very different, and he's applying his style to Persona 1, and it's with great results, but also terrible results. Better graphics? I mean, the graphics mostly are not better. They're mostly the same, I think. They're mostly identical. I mean, you get the aside. I mean, you're getting like some new. You're getting some new cutscenes, but that stuff is pretty. You're not really getting that much. I mean, yeah. I mean, the new cutscenes are cool, but most of the graphics are the same. Like the battle scenes look the same. The map looks better, but the map is also much more limited. So the map is like a weird difference. Like, I kind of prefer the original map, even though the new map is more streamlined. So that's the problem. The new map in Persona is much more streamlined, but I prefer the cool old map, dude. Yeah, yeah. So it's like, oh, okay. So like, the music and all right. Now we're gonna watch this cutscene. This cutscene right here, the opening cutscene, fully demonstrates what is really wrong with this game. Just watch. Let's just watch it for like about 15 seconds. Listen to the music. Listen to the music. You hear this song playing? Everybody listen to the music, even Skittles. Let's just let it play a little bit more. Listen to the music. Just really listen to the music in this cutscene, okay? Pay attention. Do you like this song? Oh, it kind of breaks down a little bit there. Do you like this song? All right. I have a question for you, chat. Do you like this song that was just playing underneath this cutscene? Well, you better, because that song plays underneath basically every cutscene in the entire game. Yeah, it's nice. It's not a bad song. Also, it plays under every single cutscene in the entire game. That's not an exaggeration. I mean, it's a little bit. I think there might actually be. There's maybe like 2 or 3 songs that are actually used, but this song I think might be used in like 70% of the cutscenes. In the original game, there's like about, I don't know, maybe like 20 or 30 pieces of music that are used for various cutscenes. There's character themes. Each of these characters has their own theme. There's different themes for like the different villain characters. There's themes. There's like theme in like specific rooms. There'll be themes. Did they say why the character themes were removed? They didn't. Not that I know of, but I think it's just a limitation of the PS. It must be some PSP. It must be yeah, it has to be storage issue on the PSP. The PS1 soundtrack has about 3 times the amount of music, maybe 4 times the amount of music as this version does. The music in this version is very good in certain kinds of ways. Like the battle song is very good. The intro song is I love the new map theme. I love the new boss theme. There's some new dungeon themes that are really cool, but it's just too limited. There's so much really, really cool atmospheric music in the original one. I mean, but the PSP version, the main advantage of the PSP version is it speeds up everything. The battles are faster. There's an auto battle system. There's no loading times. The PS1 version is plagued with loading times. So I love this music. So this is the way that the opening cutscene should sound. This music is like basically only played for this cutscene and like a few others, and that's it. And I love this music too. It's so cool. This style of atmospheric music I just love. It's just so cool. I just love it. This is how this scene, like, if you don't watch this scene with this music, you're not really watching this scene. You're not getting the story. Like, the music is part of the story. Like, I mean, I don't know. I know that Skittles, Skittles doesn't, like, Skittles is obviously a different human being. Skittles is proof. See, I'm using Skittles too much in my examples. I know it's annoying him. Sorry. But Skittles is proof that there are different human beings than me and people don't care about music. But like for me, from my perspective, I think that music is super important to like the story. And I think that like part of what I like about many
stories and media is the music. Like, the music is part of the storytelling. So if you like change the music, it changes the story. It's like it changes the story. Like, that's like for me, that's not an exaggeration. Yeah, Skittles is a different human being, and that's okay. But I'm just explaining why. Like, for me. Oh, look, the music changed. Do you know why it changed? Because this ghost here has a theme. It has theme music, and that's her music. So this music does still exist in the PSP one, but it's used as more of like a generic cutscene music. I think. Oh no, that was the music that we were listening to, right? I think it was. Yeah, I think this was the song, isn't it? Yeah. This is the song. Right? I believe that this is that. I believe that this is that song we were just listening to in the PSP version. It sounds a little bit different, but I believe it's this song. So originally, this song was this ghost character. It was her theme. It was in the PSP remake. It's just like all the music and in every cutscene. Yeah. Mark. Oh yeah, this right. So like yeah. Mark is the character. This is the American PS1 version. So like, okay, so I'll just tell you real quick. Let's just go through all the characters. I'll just tell you real quick what they did. I mean, you can also see you can see this in the PSP remake. That's another advantage of the PSP remake. Is that it gives you the original character graphics. But you know, I kind of want to if I can have a way to play the PS1 version, the original Japanese version, but like either in English or just simply understand the Japanese, that would be like the ideal, I feel. Although I still have to deal with the loading times, but it's still better because you have to have the music. But like, okay, so like this guy, the main character, his hair is black in the Japanese version. They made it red. And they changed his graphic. This is the most changed character because he looked totally different. He was not black. He was not a dark-skinned dude with a hat. He was like an artist, and he had like this weird hat on, and he had like facial markings. He looked completely different. So they made him urban, shall we say, in this version to appeal to the youth demographic. This character is he's pretty much unchanged, except I think his hair is made red. They made a lot of the black-haired characters like either red or blonde, trying to appeal to American youth. Like, she had dark hair. She looked the same, except she had dark hair. She had dark hair. He had dark hair. All of the characters had... She's identical, I think. And then... Oh, yeah. You can see the main character graphic there for a second. He looks... The main character actually looks way cooler in the original, because not only did he have dark hair, but he had, like, this cool kind of spiky hair thing. And he just looked cooler in the original. He kind of looks... Not that he looks bad in this version, but he just kind of doesn't... He doesn't have the same appeal. But anyway. But I don't care. I would still rather play this version. The music is just that important. Like, I'm not going to ever play the PSP version again. I do... Like, the soundtrack is cool to listen to in my car, but, like, it's not the right music for this game, as far as I'm concerned. And then you get like this cutscene. Oh, dude, what did this cutscene look? This cutscene is totally different in the PSP version as well. You don't get the cheesy. There are not many. You don't get these graphics in the PSP version, which may be a downgrade or an upgrade depending
the first test.
On your point of view.
By the way, have you noticed you carry more than one you in yourself?
Skittles, have you noticed you carry more than one you? Oh, dude, I have to stop. All right, that's it. The stream has got to stop now. I have to go to bed soon. Like, I can't be staying up late tonight. And I also can't be getting worked up before I go to sleep, because it's important that I get my rest tonight. You know? Yeah, I go to sleep. All right, but oh, look, there's Wall Street Kid. I'm gonna finish that game eventually. I guess I'll just leave it here on this image. How about this? All right, guys. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Tomorrow I leave to go to Houston, Texas. So I'm gonna have a fun all-day drive tomorrow. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me, guys. I'm used to driving. Thank you. I'll have safe travels. I'm gonna go to Texas. It should be a good convention, though. I expect to do pretty well because it's a good con.
And then I'm going to come back. No more streams this week, obviously. I'll be back. I should be back probably next Tuesday night would be the next stream. And then I have another convention that weekend, but it's a local con. So I don't have to drive. I should be able to still like stream like probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe like one day on the weekend. I'll be able to do more streams even though I have a con that weekend. And then I have a week off, and then I have another con where I have to drive 17 hours, but at least I have a break before that one. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to say goodbye. I won't see you guys again until next Tuesday, but I'll be in the Discord. Hey guys, here, I'll tell you what, in case anybody is still sticking around who like isn't familiar with this, I have a Discord. I will be in there, and we can talk about video games if you want. So feel free. But thanks so much for hanging out with me on my chilling out stream, and there will be more Fliptendo in the future. Don't worry, there'll be more streams. So I'm going to say goodnight. I'm not going to do a raid or anything because I just got to go to bed. So I can't be... I got to just turn the stream off. But I'm going to turn the stream off, and these are my last few words. I am saying good night. And also, by the way, I want you guys to know I love you. Especially you, Skittles. But also especially you, Mr. Leo. But also especially you, Radon Stone. Let me just scroll up. And Kev Larson and Apollo and McCarran Ice and Shanna Berry Bless, whose name I'm saying correctly, and whoever else showed up. Oh, Ribsta. Love ya. Later.